Everybody's late and gay. Oh, sorry. I was singing to myself there for a second. Hello, everyone. Okay.
What's up, sir?
Hey, well, welcome, Chad. That was nice to have you back, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. We are back to keep rounding out the month of February with the Twilight movies. Yeah, so we did the first one back in November, decided it was so much fun to shit on that we figured let's do the whole month of February. It's Twilight month. Finish off the movies. Oh boy, this is a chore, man. Getting through the last one was bad. This one was probably the worst out of the three, at least, but still had some funny comedic moments, unintentionally, of course. So we're going to talk about that breakdown. We got a small panel today because Nadia is so awesome that and Chad's so awesome. That's all we need. That's all we need.
Okay, right.
Yeah. White Bear unfortunately is sick today. That beautiful man, but I see him in the chat. And AJ had to bounce out because he has personal stuff going on. Totally understand. Badger backed out. So we are here with just us four, which I don't remember the last time we've actually had a panel of four. Just the four of us, but as Gore King said, he's the only one who hasn't missed a channel since becoming a show since becoming a co-host. I can't even say that. It's my channel. So anyway,
it's the MVP, man.
Eventually, I will have been a part of the most episodes. That's the goal.
Yeah, I understand. So anyway, we'll get into this. So as like the first two movies, I never saw this movie. This is the first time I'm seeing any of the Twilight movies, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this has been fun. Nadia, how are you?
I'm good.
Well,
I just had a stream earlier about Companion and Heart Eyes. Spoiler, don't go see Companion, go see Heart Eyes. So, yeah, I'm good. I fucking don't like Twilight. Never read the books. This movie's a slog. And yeah, like I said backstage, I would rather watch Breaking Dawn, part 1 and 2, 24 hours straight than have to deal with this movie again. I fell asleep twice. I don't even remember the ending of this fucking movie. So,
right.
Yeah.
Correction. You can't watch Twilight 24 hours straight. You're gay about 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Chad. Don't let Gordon offend you.
Oh god.
I know he's not going to be offended. He's
I know. I'm joking.
I know these heathens.
Well, always fun to have you on. Yeah, this fucking movie. Oh my god, man. This was a tough one. I really just
a rough one.
This feels like a made to TV like movie.
It's bad.
Like it's straight to DVD.
So did you?
This is like made for Al Jazeera. Bad,
is this sort of? Did you? So when did you actually catch this one, Nadia? Was it? I know you didn't see these in the movies, right? So it was after.
Last year or the year before, I watched all of them straight, and my husband refused to watch any of them except for Breaking Dawn Part 2. So he had no understanding, but he was willing to at least watch the last movie with me, which I'm very lucky. I'm a very lucky woman. I think they're hilarious. I think if you smoke a joint and take an edible and sit back and watch, you're going to enjoy yourselves because you're going to be giggling the whole time. Or if you're like Gord, who's straight edge, you'll still be giggling. So, yeah.
Giggles.
Except through this, I'll be honest, I would be curious to find out, well, from, outside perspective, if that would help with this movie. I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure either.
I think, I almost would worry that somebody smoking a joint watching this movie might graduate to something harder and more dangerous.
You might slip into a fucking coma. God.
Yeah.
I would say The Mummy 3 is better than this. And that
I would probably say you're right, and I hated it.
I've never seen The Mummy 3. I've always been scared to go to it.
Yeah,
you should add that to the MM list.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Add it to the list, Specs. Add it to the list.
No. Well, Chad, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And,
I'm glad to be back, man.
Of course, man. Anytime. And then, so what about you? When did you first watch this movie?
I saw all of these like not long after they initially came out. I did not go to the theater for them, but I watched them at home. I don't know why I put myself through all of them. I thought the first one has like a sort of like entertainment value that I kind of can't deny in a way. It's silly, it's stupid as hell for sure.
Right.
I always found it like entertaining enough, and then it's just downhill from there for me. And this, I had not seen this in quite a long time, and I did not watch the two before this, like leading up to today watching this, and this one took like 3 chunks for me to get through, and I usually never stop anything like partway through, but I was like, I need a minute to get my life back together. I don't know what's going on. So I would like,
I understand.
Come back to it.
Shirt's not in the budget for Jacob. Like they're like, hey,
no,
they're showing off those abs, girl.
They were aware of how he looked and from the last movie, and at
least they addressed it.
They got creepy with it. Well, no,
Yeah.
the self-awareness the movie has about that is not cute.
Yeah,
it's like, stop. You're trying to do a mini fourth wall break. Stop it. Just don't.
Yeah, no, and then Gore King, I know that you own these movies. I don't know why.
I do, although of the 5, this is the one that I genuinely like. I remembered enough about the first, second, the 4th, and 5th one to know that I found those at least funny and enjoyable. Sure. This was the one I didn't remember all that well, so this was like seeing it for the first time. Right. And I have to say, after this watch, I felt a bit like Rosalie in her past, ganged up on by a bunch of drunken alcoholic rapists in the cinematic sense. This is not a fun movie, in fact, but it's also a very frustrating one because this is actually the one that had the
potential.
Most potential out of really all 5 of them. There are some things they could have done some interesting stuff with, and they fumble the ball every single time they have an interesting concept, of which there are several. There's several times. I mean, they're like the Chiefs last night, just turning it over and over.
That's a good one. I like it.
Stuck it, Chiefs.
Yeah, first time watch for me. For one time, way too many. It's like we were saying. The first 2 at least had this unironical humor. They were so stupid that it was so bad that they're good. This one was just bad. Yeah, I mean, like boring. Like you said, the story is always stupid. The writing's bad, but this just nothing landed here for me. Like saying, at least this is enjoyable, funny, stupid. No, I'm just like, I kept like telling myself, when is this over? I can't do this. And it's felt longer than the last movie. The last movie was like 10-15 minutes longer than this one.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the shortest, I think, of the first 3. I know the next 2 are technically the shortest, although they are kind of one movie. But
yeah. This felt like 7 hours.
Yeah, it's so bad. Real quick, thank you to everybody in the chat who's showing up. Of course, real quick, we got Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, Josh. Oh, Jesus, Josh. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Please tell me.
That's a heck of a take.
Of course, I saw White Bear was in there. We love you, White Bear. Admiral Teague, what is up, my man? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Oh, no, White Bear said coughity cough, tardy cough. Yeah, he's sick. Poor man.
Who gave you the AIDS?
I did have
AIDS is flaring out.
I had AIDS, and I might have spread it to him.
Right?
We love you.
I mean, Nadia, you never know, right? You did say I caught this movie. That sounds like a virus. So maybe you have them now.
It feels like one.
Don't whatchamacallit. Yeah, so Whitey, thank you for being a member for so long. You beautiful freaking white man. I'm gonna do this for you, buddy. This one's for you.
Que hables, maldito, de lo contrario te arrojaré al fuego. A la verga me vale verga, perro. Y cállate a la verga, hija de su puta madre.
For the
El Nino, that went.
El Nino. What is that? And then also, yes, Vex, I love you too. Thank you for being a member for a month. Yes, I do have to update the thumbnail's a little blurry, but we're gonna fix that after the show. Thank you though for all your kind words, and for you get this one because this is your favorite. I don't know what happened there. Did that play?
How did she not get the?
It partially played.
That was weird.
Clip.
Oh, you mean this?
I'm retarded.
What is that from?
Oh,
Hey, we just watched that.
It's a mix of Quantum Leap and Berserk.
I am so getting, dude. That keeps getting copyright. I don't care. I'll just remove it later. It's so worth. See, White Bear. play the clip where Chad gets my AIDS. Oh my
Again.
God.
Oh my God.
I'm retarded.
Can I ask? Can I have a copy of that? Not for my streams. I want
Yeah,
to
I
use
can
it
send it
for
to you.
any time I have to reply to my husband when I know I'm wrong.
All right, let's just scrub through this fucking movie real quick. I can't with this
You
movie.
hear that, fellas? Ladies might actually admit they're wrong if you send
Yeah.
them that.
You heard it on MMM first, guys.
Yes.
I didn't say how often I would have to use it. I
Okay,
just
right.
wanna,
You just said you would have to use it. So we get the beginning of the movie. I forgot this guy's name. Did they ever say his goddamn name in this? Oh yeah, they did.
I
The
do,
poster.
yeah.
I forgot. I just didn't care. Pay
Um,
attention. But
By the way, I again forgot about this movie. Rewatching it
We all
last
do.
night.
Mhm.
The beginning is kind of dark, and I was
It
thinking
is.
it. I was like, oh, maybe they're doing a little bit more grown up, more little, No.
Even
No,
though,
Firmly in
yeah,
tween
because like,
territory.
Good
Yeah,
when
so
I've
this-
got clips for you too, man, and they all have middle fingers. Okay.
the dumb thing about this clip is because all of these vampires move like really, really fast.
Mhm.
The Speedy Gonzalez vampire bite is really stupid mechanically. Like
Yes.
it does not make a lick of sense that that's something you could actually do in this. They've never established that to even be a remote possibility. So why you would want to suddenly do that here? But yeah, it's like the concept, here is that okay, she's this is Victoria attacking this young lad, and
Mhm.
they're beginning this notion of okay, she's turning this person. Why is she doing that? It's like okay, it's got this little intriguing
Yeah.
first part. Although granted, why the heck they haven't dealt with Victoria at this point in the story is kind of baffling. I mean, they've really, if there's one thing Twilight does a lot of, it's dragging out certain elements of their plot way too freaking long.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, but
This should have been long dealt with.
Yeah, I agree. Nadia was right though. Like it just this felt so out of the tone just didn't fit with what the other.
Well, if it's the same director or writer of 30 Days and Nights, this kind of like
okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we're going a little darker with this. We're gonna have some depth, like it's gonna be cool. And then it turned into what it did. A big pile of shit.
Yeah. I thought it actually looked pretty good though. Like the color grading looked really nice, and
yeah, it looked like a horror
visually
movie,
it
at
looked
least.
pretty okay. It's, it's better compared to some of the
I'd
shit
be
show
reaching
later
to
on,
find reasons too, Chad. I'd be reaching
Oh,
to.
and then here we go. Here we fucking go with the goddamn
Reading her god awful poetry.
Oh God. And then of course they're in the. As soon as I saw this, I was like, God,
I
this
was like,
is-
you pretentious twat. You think he wants to hear your
Twat.
stupid poetry?
you
He does.
twat.
Nobody wants your stupid poetry, ladies. If you're a teen, unless you've been published, nobody wants to hear your stupid poetry ever. Guys, too. Don't read your stupid.
Why are
poetry.
you saving your? Thank you for showing us the
Oh,
interior.
sorry.
Behind the scenes of MMM.
Sorry. It's MMM behind the. No, I was waiting for. Yeah, I had to fix the thumbnail. Yeah, but this is so like it's the same typical.
It's all very like, will you marry me? And she's like, LOL, no. Like,
Yeah, and it's like,
Oh
very
my
just
gosh, there's no sense whatsoever. Like, okay, so
he's sparkling.
when
people.
like the whole thing, like with her not wanting to get married, they never even begin to adequately explain why she's hesitant about marrying him. Which, okay, there's two potential reasons you could expound upon. One of them's not very strong. That well, her parents got divorced and that makes her hesitant. I'm like, give me a break. You say explicitly you want to spend eternity with this guy. Who freaking cares? The other thing, which they should have done, which would have made a bit of sense, is that she's hesitant because she might simultaneously be in love with Jacob. That would be the sensible reason why you might be hesitated, but that's not what they're doing here. There's literally no reason she shouldn't want to marry him.
yeah.
It's
There is.
There
is.
Be turned into a vampire.
It's called progressiveness.
Okay, right.
All right.
Yeah, that's like the
Right?
best. Like that's the only actual excuse they kind of give is
Yep.
like it's ancient. Oh my gosh! And
She's
I'm
gonna
like, kill
hyphenate her
yourself,
name,
please.
guys. Okay. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and it's the same.
I
Just the same bullshit dialogue about why she can't. Like, it's like we've heard this for fucking a whole nother movie. Like, I don't want to hear this anymore. I don't want to. I don't
This dude's
care.
been alive for how long? Like 100+ years?
100+
Yeah,
years.
he's
He's
like
110, right? 100,
You're
yeah.
tell-
Well, no,
Something
he
like
was born. I think they said in the last movie he was born in like 1908, so he would be like 102.
Groomer.
Okay.
So you're
What's
telling
up,
me over the
Groom?
100 of years, let's say 100 years, because they met like 2 years
Yeah.
ago, he hasn't banged another chick. He does not know how to control women or in some way because he lets her kind of go off the guard. Like half the time, the shit that comes out of her mouth, I'm surprised he doesn't backhand her.
Right?
Like,
right?
You have
Oh no,
experience
Josh!
by now.
Oh, you're right. He's old fashioned. He should backhand her. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Yep.
He did throw her across the room in the previous movie, and
Yeah,
deserved
unintentionally.
it.
I think he did it on purpose. Now.
come on, dude, make that should be a thing with you at this point.
Yeah,
She
I love
has earned that.
I love this though. It's like, you know why I grounded you. Yeah, I put you. This is the emotion. Her fucking acting in this.
I know I put you through hell.
He's
I
actually
know,
really.
yeah.
I think he's actually pretty good though. Like he is.
He
Oh,
is.
I
like you said
love
earlier.
Charlie. Charlie's the
Yeah.
fucking man. He's the whole
He's
movie.
the saving. He is kind of the saving grace
MVP.
of the entire
He
series.
is
Yeah.
the MVP. But not he's
Like and like legitimately, he's actually endearing to watch. You're
I
like,
lo-
I like
absolutely.
this guy. Granted,
Yeah.
part of it is because he just has the most awful people around.
Sure.
fucking seriously. But he is fantastic.
And I like her as an actress, but in this entire series, and I know that like her character's written this way or whatever excuse people want to give, like she's just so fucking bland. and
Yeah.
There's a lot
boring
of
as
good
fuck.
actors and actresses in this series, just and almost none of them do a good job
Yeah,
because it's horrible,
poorly
material.
written shit. Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's 100% what it is.
and poorly directed.
Yeah, and then he
Very.
like basically is like, I'll unground you if you go and like go out and meet some new friends. Oh, go see Jacob. And I'm like, bro. like,
Yeah, he basically was just like, get away from Edward.
Yeah.
He's pale, weird, and gay.
and then
Stop.
he's-
Go
yeah.
date the werewolf.
Yeah, date
That'll be
the
fine.
wolf. And of course, he's not responding to her, right? Is this where he hasn't gotten back to her in a while? Oh no, that was the last movie. This is what I mean.
That is something that they're still saying.
Okay.
He hasn't talked to her in a little while. I know it all. Some of the plot.
It just
points out
they
of-
clash into each other. Yeah,
they do. Which it's again, why she? I mean, you would think that it's her who shouldn't be talking to him because Jacob almost caused Edward to freaking die the last movie, and that has been glossed over really since about 5 minutes after it happened. I'm like, Bella should kind of hate him, like because
Doesn't
he
matter, she's in
literally
love.
almost caused Edward's death. It's such a weird dynamic they're going for in this.
The things you do for love, Gord. The things you do for love.
That's true.
But she only loves him as a side piece, as a
Okay.
pet. Haha, dog.
Okay. It's rough, guys.
Bella, you have to
Those are-
understand. I love you. Yeah. This is just more bullshit dialogue about her fucking become. I swear to God. Is the next movie is when she becomes fucking a vampire finally? Because I can't take. This
I think
shit
at the end of the next one,
anymore. Oh fuck her.
Oh, thank
God.
God.
she gets pregnant. I think her pregnancy is the next movie.
What?
Not-
Okay, I do
not
not
gonna
remember
lie.
these movies then for real.
Copa. What up,
The
Copa?
pregnancy's pretty
Making
dang
out with
funny.
Kristen
Ain't gonna
Stewart
lie,
has to be
pregnancy's
like
pretty
making
dang funny.
like with the large pumpkin named Donna. What the Good one, Copa. I love it, man. Thank
What?
you.
Hey, how do you know I haven't made out with a large pumpkin named
Oh,
Donna
I'm
and
pretty-
that she wasn't amazing?
If anybody
true.
would have, it would be
She
you.
she had a fire inside Copa, like a lot of stuff.
Oh Jesus!
I still want the Lego Cullen house set.
Is that a
Right?
thing?
Yeah, it got
Yeah, it
released
is.
this year.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
Chris,
Still
if you're
kinda want
listening,
it.
take note of this, please.
Oh yeah, this is where she's trying to. What the fuck is her name again in this movie? Oh my God, I forgot all these people's
Jessica.
names.
April, I
Jessica.
think, or Oh,
Yeah,
Jessica.
Jessica.
Gord's
yeah,
on
like-
it. He knows what's up.
Anna Kendrick's
loves
like,
these
like,
movies.
She, like
Gord,
No,
Gord
no,
could do
it's
a
like, I
fucking
remember-
TED talk on these movies. Okay,
I know. He's
Yeah,
Rain
I
Man.
would be more formal. It would be a Theodore talk. Thank you.
We all know for a fact you made out with Donna. Well, Don.
Donna was a lovely woman.
Donna,
Uh,
Don.
I will not
whatever-
hear her name.
Whatever his
R.I.P.
name-
Donna.
Whatever his
R.I.P.
name was.
Donna.
Oh, yeah,
F's in the chat for Don.
Yeah, so she's the valedictorian trying. Oh no, everybody's all friends now though. It's funny because everybody's sitting at the same table.
Yeah, just one more reason why she's a far more appealing female in that school.
Oh,
I mean,
Vex.
she's
I mean,
good looking. She's smart. She has a personality. She's I mean, look, she's close to my age, so it's fine. She's
Okay.
endowed, so that's fine.
Oh my god! But I love how Alice is having one of her convenient.
Why
visions.
do you hang out with us?
Oh,
Don't mind her. She's just having a vision.
she is having a very convenient vision.
Of course.
I'm curious,
I adore you, Gord.
what vision is she having?
I don't even remember.
Adore you, Gord.
Oh, she wouldn't say it.
You were just.
Oh, but Gord's the best. I don't know how he he's such a nice little Christian boy in our chat. You should see the shit we say. And he runs with he says some funny shit in there. He just doesn't go as vulgar. Like he's very polite about it. But I don't know how. Like I warned him when he first brought him on. I was like, bro, our chat is good, and he's just right in, dude. He's just went right at. I was like, I love this guy. I knew he was going to fit in perfectly. he's a little bit sick in the head. Gord's a little sick in the head though.
You're always a delight, Gord. I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He just prays about it after.
All right.
Put a little puppy smile on my face.
When he does his nightly prayers, he goes, "Why did I join this freaking group?"
Right. Save my friends.
Now
Please
I want to watch
forgive
my
them.
P's and Q's. Now I don't want
Forgive
to
them
swear.
for they not know what they do.
Real.
I'm just messing. Oh yeah, so Alice has a vision, but nobody knows why yet.
That's always her vision.
But Edward,
she has
yeah,
the most useless superpower.
Right.
She sees the future based on what the person's choices are in the moment,
Hormones.
which can
Called
change on the
hormones.
fly.
Yep.
And it's basically, she usually only knows for sure about 10 seconds before something happens. And I'm like, this superpower means nothing. It's a
And she's on the rag the same time.
yeah, it's
oh gosh, I wonder how that affects her power.
wait, is it so? Yeah. So
By the way, so they're tracking this quote unquote situation in Seattle, which is
Killer,
what we
yeah.
were seeing at the beginning. How on earth is that different than what Seattle typically is going through?
Well, I
Why would
was
that
gonna-
be?
well,
How
maybe-
does that
yeah.
stand out?
Yeah, and I like this part here about he's like, yeah, you ready for dinner? It's just us two, right? And then I love how Rezzy's turning. So those tickets to Florida, you got? I'm like,
Oh, dear.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
Yeah,
the way-
the way they handle that's really, really.
We have intrigue in Seattle, but
obvious
like
and
go
stuff.
see your mom or whatever. Because
Yeah. And there's 2 tickets. Ha ha ha. And this is like
I
the
was just
first-
waiting for one of them to accidentally blurt out "wink, wink."
right? And is this like the first time, like besides the first movie, very little bit, right? Their mom and her have any interaction at all? It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
And
they talk on the phone here and there in the first one, and she
Right.
visits her in the hospital. Her mom's really annoying, and you kind of get the.
Oh, yeah.
I get the impression she's kind of a horrible person.
Yeah.
You
Like
would
very,
think.
very
Selfish, yeah.
yeah, very selfish. She comes off that way as just this very self-involved person who just cares about herself.
I love this how he's sitting inside because he can't be out in the sunlight because he glistens. And like, this doesn't ring like, why does your boyfriend never come outside during the day?
This is such a weird line from she goes, it's like he's willing to leap in front of you, take a bullet. I'm like, you mean like someone who loves someone else? Why does that? Is that a foreign concept to you, lady?
To
Okay,
her.
right. Yeah, to her maybe.
So weird. You
because
literally
she's
are
a
dating a guy who
hoe.
will.
She
It's like
is
you
a hoe.
literally are. As far as we know, she's still with the baseball player.
baseball
You're with a guy who would take a fastball. You can't imagine somebody taking a
That
bullet.
she does take
Well,
a fastball.
She's taking fastballs to
Oh.
the chin, literally.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like her mother gets around quite a bit.
Easily.
She reminds me of something that rhymes with the word bunt.
And she's going to the University of oh Jesus. She's going to the University of Alaska. Like that's the thing. And she,
Something like,
Does
well,
that
that's the
even
excuse.
exist?
no, I know.
Yes, there's this
probably.
college exists in Alaska.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
anything exist?
But what? But my other question is, she goes, I'll never see you. Why won't you just take a plane to Alaska to see your
Yeah.
kid?
Yeah, no
FaceTime
shit.
bitch.
She doesn't care about
while.
her stupid kid.
She
Which,
makes
I mean, granted, it's Bella. I sort of get it, but
Yeah. Real.
I just-
I mean, granted, you can excuse that. It's like, well, we don't have a lot of money, or
Yes,
hey,
Waylon.
I travel around with my baseball playing husband who goes to other places. I mean, there's a couple of ways you could make that make some sense, but granted, it's really just her excuse to why she's going to be
what was the
out
thing
of their lives.
She makes her a quilt or a blanket of all the like the places they've been to.
Concerts.
Yeah, which
like,
they've never established before that they traveled around together.
Their relationship makes no sense. It's just so stupid. It's like now they got the mom out of the way. All right, we're good. Now we won't see. I don't know if she's in the other two movies at all.
What a shitty mom. No, I'm back on the fact that like she could be like, yeah, I'll see you like during your breaks and stuff. I'll come up at least once a year or once every other year. But yeah, no. Fuck this
agreed. Yeah, she's terrible, by the way.
She is awful.
Yeah, they basically they introduce backstory to their relationship just on the fly.
Look how ominous this is.
This is a weird shot.
Dude, the shift tone is strange.
There's two scenes like this where it's intentional posing. That's what these are. This is a wide shot of them posing a very specific way. It's like a poster shot. It's so
it looks like a fragrance ad.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Undead by Meyer.
It's like those 80s Nestle commercials. It's very dramatic.
Weird editing.
I've never seen a Nestle commercial like this.
Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you some. I'll send you some later. 80s was very dramatic. Yeah, it was weird. It was just strange.
I know. I can imagine a commercial like this, but Nestle? That's a chocolate company.
Dude, the chocolate commercials in the 80s for Nestle were literally like soap operas.
Really?
I'll send you one. It's so good.
I am intrigued.
Did someone say earlier this was directed by Chris Weitz?
Yes.
He also brought us The Abomination in 2024 that was Afraid.
Well, I take that back. He directed the last one. This one was directed by David Slade.
Oh, okay. This fucking guy is running. So it's
granted, David Slade does sound like a Twilight character.
Oh yeah, this is 30 Days a Night.
This is when they're chasing Victoria, right? And they're chasing Victoria through the woods, and then they go into the territory of the wolves.
Don't they like not know who they're chasing for the most part? They don't know who the visitor is or something.
I thought
they know it's Victoria.
Do they know? Because I feel like
they know it's Victoria.
I feel Bella's the only one to say Victoria throughout this.
No, Bella. No, I think you have that backwards. Bella's the one who doesn't realize that Victoria's still
looking for her.
Which I'm like, are you stupid?
She's just a mere mortal.
She is stupid. Yes.
Yeah, Max.
And she should be eaten.
In this stupid artificial rivalry they have between the Quaaludes and the vampires, it is never properly given any credibility, there's no good reason for them to still be at odds with each other. By the way, the backstory they add to this is freaking hilariously stupid. I mean, they make it pay off in such a way that I find funny on a certain level, because it's like, the white girl's smarter than the native one. They unintentionally did a racism.
I love Edward's Volvo. Is it a Volvo?
Yeah,
it is a Volvo.
Yeah.
A Volvo?
Yeah. It's so adorable.
There are no dangerous maneuvers in a Volvo.
It doesn't have to be goodbye. This fucking dialogue. I'm just
so dramatic.
I get that it's written for teen, but like, Jesus, man. This
and the music too. Oh my God.
Legitimately, it's a dynamic they actually could do something with. Like okay, so there's a scene later in the movie between
intimidated by
Edward
my
and
height.
There's a scene between Edward and Jacob where they're kind of, hashing out like what her life would be like with each one of them. And I'm like, you actually could do a really good scene between these two.
You could.
If the acting was better and the dialogue was written better.
Too. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's
dramatic music.
Yeah. Look at this buff guy.
I kind of miss his long hair though, if I'm being honest. Like,
yeah, he looked like one for like a Revlon ad.
Why is his hair all wet?
He always looks.
Why is his hair wet? Though?
It's Washington. Raining. It's always raining.
Yeah, I know, but like nobody else.
It's humid.
It's there are low hanging clouds you can dip your head into for the effect.
Dude, his facial expressions when it's so fucking. It's
his
so
acting's horrendous. I think I kind of have a theory now. This movie in particular ended any prospect of him having a career beyond.
He made one movie. Didn't he make like one action movie after this franchise?
Eagle Eye.
And it bombed so bad.
No, it wasn't Eagle Eye. It was something else.
Oh, it was so bad.
And he dated Taylor Swift.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, the Tyler. Yeah, that's right. All the T's. And his new girlfriend.
All the Taylors
has a Taylor. Yeah, his new girlfriend or wife, whatever the fuck is Taylor.
Yeah, he has a thing for Taylors. At first it was Swift, then he went back to the Mirror, then he went to his wife.
The mirror.
I don't trust him, but I'll let him hold you later in a tent half naked.
This is so weird, by the way. She just says, I want to talk to you about something. And she just hops on his bike and leaves school. It's like, oh, so you're just bouncing out of school. By the way, she never actually, we never really find out what she wanted to talk to him about either. He talks to her. They don't do anything with it. It's just, she just leaves. It's like, oh, okay. There you go.
I feel Edward's paleness in this movie is not blended well. It looks really bad.
You just think
all of them.
It looks off, right? Something's off.
Yeah, like
there is something
the
off.
makeup or something, the whatever color they might have used, and where you can obviously see where they end around the neck when he's got like open shirts. You can. It looks weird. It just looks weird.
Yeah.
John Cena.
Very funny. My first thing my kid and my wife said is like, God, her wig looks fucking terrible.
God, no shit. It's heavy.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. Oh, there we go. And then this fucking lady comes out of nowhere. She's like giving attitude, and I'm like, who are you?
They don't. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like typically when you introduce a character, they're there to introduce a specific element. Like even this girl, when they introduce her, there's a point to it. Granted, it's not very well done, but there's a point to it. Leah, there's nothing about her character that adds anything to this film whatsoever. She's just there. It's like, okay, I don't get what she's here for. Okay.
Right.
Like you almost get the sense that maybe because like she says something in passing to Bella, she says something like, if you're just here to hurt Jacob, you can leave. And I'm like, okay, so maybe she has a thing for him. Never does.
She's here
don't
for
do anything with it.
Equality, like
yes. She's here to advocate for sure.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. Is that okay, boys? And Bella's like, I don't know where I belong. Just please, somebody accept me.
What's weird is, okay, so is Bella the one who delivers that line, when did Leah join the pack? Because, like, I can't remember if she's been introduced and then she just asked that offhandedly, or if she asks it like she knows who she is. And I'm like, we haven't seen her before. Why do you know who she is? I might be wrong about this. But I thought seeing that just now was a little strange.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, they have another person in their pack. He's a 15-year-old. Fucking so annoying. It's like, Jesus.
I seriously thought that kid was going to die. I thought they were literally just
picked the kid to die. Movies for this month.
No. Well, yes, but here's what happened. Do you want to do Twilight? I think it'd be. I was like, oh, it'll be freaking hilarious. No, this is painful now. No, it is.
No. 2 out of 3 have been funny.
No.
2 out of 3.
This is not a. No, I'm not. This one is just. This one was really just a bad movie. Like it's like the first 2 were at least funny. This is just fucking bad.
Isn't he still an underage at this time?
I don't know. It's a year later. Or no, maybe not.
Yeah, well, he was. I think he was 16 the last movie.
16, so he's 17.
Not he is like, when can I thirst over him? And he's 18.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking because like people thirst over him. I'm like, he's still a child at this age.
So this came out in 2010.
Woman, you were thirsting over him in the last one.
I said, God, no. Excuse me. Correct that. I said, God, why did you do that to yourself, Nadia? I lectured my own self. Okay.
So,
you did
clarify.
You did take.
He was 18 when this movie came out, so he's probably 17 here.
Okay.
But this came out when he was.
No,
18.
that means he was like actually 16.
The previous movie he was definitely. Yeah, the previous movie he was definitely 16. He's probably 17 here. Yeah.
Repent.
Well, here's the thing. It all kind of depends on what your age was at the time.
Good point.
Yeah,
then it's almost like reminiscing over an old crush. Then it's different.
By the way,
repent,
and you shall be saved. By the way, Jacob's really pissed. He's pissed off that she's going to turn in a month when she graduates. He's like, not in the
really white teeth.
Not in the month. Well, when you swap, never mind. No offense. No. Yeah, he gets really pissed. He starts throwing shit and getting angry. I'm like, bro, don't.
I'd rather you be dead than with him.
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm like, what?
Right.
Oh, like Jacob is a full blown like creep in this.
He's
I'll be honest. I kind
Definitely.
of feel like if you wanted to make something intriguing out of him almost killing Edward then and some of the crap he does in this movie, should just made him a
I feel
villain.
better about myself.
I mean, for crying out loud, he imprints on a child.
Oh, he talks about that. Isn't this what they talk about?
Herbert.
Imprinting? Yeah, this is here when they talk about
Yeah,
imprinting,
he's
right?
telling
Yeah.
her about
Well,
what imprinting
technically
is.
imprinted on the kid as more of like a
Mhm.
protector.
Uh-huh.
I would say like a
Uh-huh.
It's not really the way the movie describes
godfather
it.
kind
That's
of
not what he's
uncle.
trying to imprint.
Not
no.
what
And
the
then he
movie
kind of
says.
turned into the creepy uncle once the child was of age. So
Mhm.
Well, here's the thing. That's not really what the movie does with that. They make it pretty clear when she's a kid.
Yep.
He even has a line while she's still a kid. Should I just start calling you mom and dad? So he ain't
So-
planning on protecting
Woof.
her.
This is
Oh,
the
okay, never mind.
kid at the beginning that got turned. You know, he's back and just kind of going through Bella's room. No big deal.
the segments with this guy and
Weird.
it's more of like a horror aspect like being played on. They're not bad, but like just
The tones
everything
weird.
else
The tones are
is
weird.
so weird.
Okay, well, hang
Yeah.
on though. This is like kind of the most creeper scene in the movie.
Yep,
Because
yep.
he literally goes in there and he's sniffing her clothes. And
Yep.
he leans in really close to Mustache Dad, which granted, I mean, like, okay, look, if you swing that way, I could get, being a little curious. I mean, Mustache Dad, he's a
What?
swell looking fella,
Oh, it's
but but he's like, that mustache, is that real?
Does it smell good, that mustache? Hold on.
This is the scent I'd like to track.
Smells like Rainier beer. That's all he drinks. Yeah, then Bella comes home. And then, what is Edward? Oh, no, my Charlie. Yeah, they're just talking about their bullshit. Oh, yeah. So, and then, he breaks in. And then, okay, so Vex had a point during the, I don't know if you guys got, so his contacts and the whole family's contacts turned to black.
There is a reason for that.
Okay,
There is a
okay.
reason for
I'm
that.
glad you brought that up.
They don't do a good job of really expressing why.
Because he's
there
angry?
is, I would say, well, no, there is. Okay, so I noticed that and immediately looked up why that was.
Okay.
It's more or less consistent with the reasons in the book. It's just they don't really say it explicitly. It's just done without saying it. Basically, their eyes turn that way whenever they haven't fed in a while.
Okay.
So once they feed, you start to see their eyes go back to normal. So I'm like, they more or less, as far as I observed, kept consistent with that. It's just they never explicitly stated why that was happening.
It's just
So I was
bad
like, okay. Well, I don't even know if it's necessarily bad writing because they don't make a point to,
That's a good point.
to make anything out of it. So it's like, it's not necessarily a flaw. It was just, I guess they're trying to lead you to looking up why or something like that.
I feel like it's obvious. I've never had to look it up. I figured they have not fed in a long time. That's why their eyes.
Well,
So
and you
if
notice
anybody-
it, you literally notice it right as they're saying, we need to hunt. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
So-
And then after they've hunted, they're like, okay, so, you could maybe, that's fine.
I feel if people can't put that one together, you
Right.
should not be watching this movie because this movie's too smart for you, and that says a lot.
This is cinema.
Yes.
This is cinema.
Yes.
Scorsese, please. Is this cinema? Yeah, it's just a lot of stupid shit dialogue here. And then, wait, was this the scene? No, we didn't get to the part where the sister talks to her about their backgrounds yet, right?
Not yet.
That's coming up. Okay. So you do get some, and this is more of this bullshit. I'm like, bro, this can't go on for 2 fucking hours. I can't take this shit with these two for 2 hours. I'll kill myself. It's just bad. It's like enough. And it's just all they do is, it's a stupid teenage drama. Them just talking shit to each other and this and that. And so they have to is this where they come up with the idea of having a truce for the?
Yeah, like over the whole Victoria situation.
Yeah. That's it. These fucking wolves, man. Why did the CGI look worse in this movie?
It looks so bad.
Or is that
I'm
me?
telling you, this bigger budget than the last two,
There
but
you
it
go.
looks worse than the
There you go,
last
Nadia.
two.
There you go, Nadia.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I'm just saying.
No,
Repent,
thank you.
Nadia.
Not my type. Not my type. No,
Me
thank you.
either.
Not my type. I like mine in about the age range of 30 and up.
I fucking
More of a
love
dad
it.
bod, like a
I like
big
fat
bear.
retards. That's my type.
Like a Viking bear. So
Yeah.
A Viking bear. I love it. Oh,
Nadia and I would fight
Yeah.
over men. That's
never.
fine.
I mean, my husband is a Viking bear.
That's true.
He is. He
Yeah.
is. He is. He's a very cuddly man. Yeah. So of course, so he has to. Okay, he has to go with Jacob while they go hunt Victoria, right? And so, yeah,
This
it's so
Like,
fucking
wear a shirt, dude. Like,
I
you're not going
know.
to be a wolf at this
I
moment,
know,
and
I
you just
know.
but then again, I think
Hey,
we've only
beautiful.
seen Edward
And
shirtless
she's like looking at
once.
his chest and like,
That's true.
Yeah. Oh God, your body. You're so. What did she say in the last movie? You're sort of beautiful. Oh, God.
She says you're sort of beautiful. And she
What?
and he's
comments
just
on
breathing
how
through his
You know
mouth.
what?
he is.
Fine.
You're not the first person to say that about Kristen Stewart. A lot of people say that about her look.
She still looks unwashed to this day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is where they go to the camp. So what they do again, Gord. I think you brought this up backstage. Maybe this is when this movie they finally try to go back and give you context about this war and why it started. Like they
can
and
I
even
ask a question?
no.
Well, I'm going to. Why would he be allowed to bring this chick
Right?
who obvious to
Yeah.
everyone is fucking a vampire and
Yes.
wants to be a vampire and bring her to like secrets of his tribe
Well,
that
doesn't-
outsiders shouldn't know about?
Doesn't she say that even though? Like, why am I?
She's the
shouldn't be
first
here?
outsider,
Mhm.
he says.
Yeah.
Like, how the
So
fuck do you
that's-
bring vampire girl
It's
as
the
your
first smart
outsider?
thing she actually says. Is like, I shouldn't
Well,
really be
well,
here.
no, it's not smart because Nadia is 100% correct about this. The fact that she's the first outsider, and it's like, wow, the first outsider is somebody who literally would pose a threat based on her
yeah,
intent.
good point. Good point.
That's
Good point.
she's
Good point.
absolutely right. It's like the fact that the movie brings it up. I really get annoyed when movies do this because it's almost like they're trying to say, look, we acknowledge that this is strange, but because we're acknowledging it, we get away with it. And I'm like, no, that just makes you sound stupider.
It is
That you actually are aware of the problem. Just because you
100%.
bring it up doesn't fix the problem. You still need to give a reason behind why you do this.
And then this shit. Yeah, no, you're 100% accurate. And then this stupid shit, like I should have dressed better. It was like, bro, you're in a campfire. What the fuck are you talking
What you mean? You
about?
should have not worn a shirt?
Yeah,
or
he's
something?
wearing a hoodie. What the fuck are you? What are you talking about? You retard. Just shut up. God. And then of course, so so this is where the chief, this guy gives this whole backstory finally.
I'm just amazed that these older people didn't tell
Right,
these fucking
right.
young- sit down, shut
And
the
then
fuck
this
up. You're not
shit,
bringing
oh,
anybody
God,
to this.
This was so
Like,
cringe.
By the way,
I don't-
this is a really poorly told,
dude,
family legend.
Oh.
It's like
I laughed.
this is a kindergarten class.
This is where I
It's
first
like,
laughed.
It's like the kind of story you'd read out of a children's book. It's like this sounds
Our warrior
really badly
Sharky
written.
tore them apart, Tonto. Yeah, and they just went, and how the wife didn't have any power, like she didn't have the ability to shapeshift, but she cut herself, and of course,
No, she stabbed herself.
she stabbed
to
herself.
death.
I know,
She
but
stabbed herself fatally, and I'm like, why didn't you just do
That comes
this
in
is
later.
What Bella does later in the movie, it's like, man, just cut yourself, you
Yeah.
idiot.
Oh God,
Josh, that might be the reason why Jacob brought her, but it doesn't explain why his elders didn't say, shut the fuck up and no, you're not bringing some weirdo. So
yeah, it's really weird, and her face.
Yeah, it's like you can literally.
also,
well, here's the
hi,
thing.
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, you can like to make one thing. This creates the like if this is such an important secret, no, you would not tell her. But here's the thing: this doesn't reek of a huge secret that we just can't tell.
No.
We can't.
No.
We can't
No.
tell them this. It's like, why couldn't you tell them this? So
Somebody's fan fiction.
my thought was maybe there was something else she wasn't supposed to learn that we didn't see anything about. But I'm
Mhm.
like, she already knows the wolf. Like the wolf thing would be the secret you would think she wouldn't be allowed to know, but she freaking knows it already. It's fine.
100%, 100%.
Cord, I have a question for you because you are the Twilight expert.
He is.
I guess.
Is this history lesson that she learns? Did you look it up to see if it was similar to what's in the book?
Oh, I have no freaking idea. I've never read the books.
The fuck, man.
I didn't read these.
You're a
books.
resident expert, Gordon.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's
more
sad that
excited about these movies
the
than
resident
anybody.
expert in Twilight. That it's sad if the resident expert has seen these movies twice and once while mostly just listening to the riff tracks, not the actual dialogue.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
That's a bad expert.
Right. Where are we in Seattle now? Are we back in Forks? Is this where we are?
I think no, this is Seattle. I'm
Seattle.
pretty sure.
Oh yeah, this is where he's creating this. This is so stupid. And he's this these what do they call them? New feet? What the fuck?
Newborns.
Newborn. Sorry. Yeah. So like,
I actually thought for a sec this was the girl from Enora.
bro, me.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's like, is
Yeah.
this
Does
the
kinda
girl
look like
from
her.
Enora? I was like, ugh, but it's I'm pretty sure it's not her.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a relief because that movie's weird from what I've heard and really pervy.
Yeah. I've heard that's pretty bad.
By the way, like, okay, so what they do with her at the end of the movie should have resonated. It looks, I mean, it certainly looks like they intended for it to resonate with the audience in an emotional way, but they really do nothing with her to make, they just assume, well, it works because she's a kid. Like, well, no, that's not, I mean, there's something to it. Don't get me wrong. It certainly shows the villainy of certain characters later, what they do. But I'm like, her just being a kid, that's all that will tell us.
That's
Guess
all
what?
that
Y'all
was,
did
yeah.
that. Y'all did that with the last movie. That's what you already did this.
This is also another, this is also another scene that could potentially have made this movie good. Again, where this just like pockets where they turn to the Riley side where it's a lot darker. Could have been a great movie.
Yeah.
And then when we get
this is
back
a
on the other
concept you
side,
can do
well,
something with. This is this is absolutely a concept you can do something really interesting with.
100%.
And it's just not doing it.
100%. Yeah, and the tone shift is just awkward. It's just very weird.
That's another weird editing jump right there too. That was just,
you're not dealing with genius.
By the way, the increase in lines that they've given Emmett, huge mistake. Stop giving this guy lines. He has some of the worst line delivery of any actor I think I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, wait till his
acting is not up to like Transformers level yet. I'm like, please stop giving him dialogue.
When we get to the point where he's giving his backstory, oh my god, I'm like, why?
I mean, like, okay, so Jasper sort of becomes a much more prominent character with this. And I'm like, okay, so they're telling you he's got a pass in the Confederate Army. Never really explore that. I mean, shoot, you could ask the obvious questions like, whoa, Confederates, huh? So slavery. Oh, definitely pro.
Well, in the first movie, didn't they explain him away because he couldn't control himself as being like basically brand new to all of this?
Yeah, they said he's the newest member of the family, is what they said. So I'm like, okay, so he's only just recently started to attempt to exhibit self-control. So I think that's more or less consistent. But they're telling you, okay, this guy, he fought in the army. And he gives a little bit later his backstory of how he was controlled by this female vampire and, you know, was forced to fight for her and do all this stuff. Basically, he was doing a lot of what these newborns are doing. They don't really do anything to explain, though, why he's such an excellent fighter. I'm like, okay, he was a Confederate soldier. That doesn't tell you enough. Why? Yeah. How does Confederate soldier translate to the kind of hand-to-hand combat we see?
Well, don't they kind of try to explain it because the girl who turned him had him kill all the, like, it's almost
well, they did, but they don't. That doesn't explain how
his
he's
experience
really good at it.
Experience, Gord.
He's killed a lot. I'm like,
he has a lot of experience killing vampires. God, get it? Yeah, it's bad. Oh yeah, this is where he talks about Arlo in Italy with the Voltaire. Oh my god, like how we read their mind. I was like, Jesus, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing?
And it's kind of interesting. Distance is not a factor.
No,
apparently. I'm like,
no.
Okay, that's all right.
That's the guy, Riley Beers. Yeah, this is the guy that's missing. And then he goes.
I totally blinked out the last few minutes. I don't know where we are.
They said he's been missing.
I've been like dazing off because
she disassociated.
Just talk
are you
about
okay?
this movie. I'm fine.
They said he's been missing for a year.
Yeah,
so I was like, so you actually should have started this story in the last movie then.
Well, you're
like, or it should have really been already going potentially.
Or an end credit scene.
Oh yeah, this is like they try to have this touching moment between them two, and the dad's like, "I would never give up if it was you, not ever. I would." Like he's
if it was her, I would.
Yeah, fuck you, lady. I'm done.
And that first 48 thing, I'm like, for me, that would be minutes.
And then
is it creepy that he sleeps in bed with her just to watch her all the fucking like
everything?
I know
about
she's manipulative and toxic, but he is stalkerish. Yeah,
of course.
Thank you.
Of course. No, yeah, it is weird. And then these scenes, I know they're trying to like build. It's like they're so boring. And the okay.
That's the music
fucking god. Oh god.
Legitimately, berserk music in this movie was elevated at least.
Oh, it'd be 100 times better.
Yeah,
they just they keep talking about the same shit over and over again too. It's like, what's gonna happen? I don't want you to do this. I want you to take your time. I want you to think about.
So this is kind of the biggest problem with this movie is the fact that you have these other things that you can make a really interesting plot out of. The hindrance of this film is that it should like that's the secondary plot when it should be
The
primary.
main plot, yeah.
Like the romance stuff really should be taking a backseat to everything else at this point because
Like,
like
we get
the
that.
whole- yeah, drawing out the will they won't they marry thing. There's no. It's like you literally could just have her agree to the marriage at the beginning of this movie and still do the rest of it exactly the same. It adds nothing to the film that she isn't sure she wants to. It's stupid.
It's so stupid.
But it's like all the other stuff is the kind of thing that you should be, expanding on, adding to the lore and stuff like that. There's a lot of world building elements that would make this the best Twilight movie by far, but they focus so heavily on the romance. It's like the romance isn't that important in this movie.
No. Oh yeah, this is where she meets up with Jacob again and they start flirting with each other. And is this where he force kisses her? Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, this is where he forces himself on her.
Oh yeah, and then Alice is having her graduation when you're invited. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? Yeah, and it's just so they have this cringe dialogue, and he's like, I love you, I'm better for you. You can be human with me, and with him, you'll never. It's like, oh my god, dude. Yeah, in this part, until your heart stops beating, and I'm like, bro.
Well,
maybe
here's the
she
thing.
needs to get hit. Maybe if one of them hit her.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking maybe if he hit her, maybe she would like straighten out. Be like, you know what, you're
kill
right.
her.
I choose you, Jake.
Which might be
I choose you. Maybe she just needs a little slappy slap
Some women like
to wake
that.
up.
So okay, so the
little light
until your
choking.
heart stops, the until your heart stops beating line. That's actually a solid line given the double meaning behind it, because it's like when she becomes a vampire, her heart's not beating anymore. Technically, is to my understanding. So that's kind of the double meaning there. It's like once it's kind of meant to be. If you die or until you turn into a vampire, it's just the way it's delivered amidst the rest of this scene is really clunky.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. It's really bad.
One of the few lines that's semi decent. It's not. It doesn't work in this scene at all.
Nope.
Why does he think he can give her more? I just, who cares?
Well, here's the thing. No, that to me, this is what should be good about this whole dynamic is there's a sense in which Jacob's right, is that if she's with her or she's with him, she doesn't have to say goodbye to her family. She can live a relatively normal life.
Yeah, basically.
They can have a more or less, normal romance aside from the fact that, he's
considering
a wolf, whereas, all of the, exactly. Class actors, definitely. But whereas Edward's like, this is going to fundamentally change her being, and in many ways for the worse. And I'm like, okay, there's a discussion there that's quite interesting that you could actually delve into. And it's just this movie doesn't have the maturity to handle it.
So he force kisses her and she tries to punch him and breaks her hand. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, you're a werewolf, and and then Edward finds him and like, if you ever touch her again, and it's like, no.
Wait, can you go back one? If you ever touch her against her will again. You can touch her as long as she's willing.
Is Edward into some freaky stuff then? Like maybe
he might be.
Well,
he does watch her sleep, so that's
Edward Cullen is a.
I just screen snipped that just to be on the safe side.
Good job. Yeah, and then the dad comes out and he's just like all like.
Okay,
hey,
this is one of the parts that actually made me laugh. This part did legitimately make me laugh because you have all this. Teen romance drama that has a very supernatural context. And he just comes out. He's like, "What's going on, yo?
Yeah, what's happening here?"
It's like Woody strutting out of the box kind of thing. It's just it's funny to me.
And then he's like,
he has no idea what really is going on.
No.
He's just like, hey, what's going on?
But still, like he's like this guy. He's like, I tried to kiss her and she broke. It's like, and he's like, oh.
You tried to kiss her. I could have sworn you were gay.
Yeah. Oh, and then Bella's hand. Yeah, they check out her hand and. This is where
she about to give her story.
Yeah, and it's like because she goes out there and she's like, "Why do you hate me?" She's like, "I don't hate you. I just want to let you know what you're getting into." And
I didn't have a choice. Drama.
This is a tonal shift from, if you remember the last interaction they had. Was in the last movie where they did the vote, and she actually is very sympathetic towards Bella in that we're telling her, "Look, I wish someone had been there to vote no on my behalf."
Yeah.
It's actually a moment where she's literally caring about her and trying to do the right thing by her. And now she's just shifted right back to the way she was before. And I'm like, it doesn't, given the context of what we know, it's like why we know she is the way she is around her. It's like, I don't think the way she acts matches that, like really at all. Because she's just kind of a mean girl to her. It doesn't really work.
What's up, Nadia?
I'm sorry, I spaced out for the last few minutes.
Are you feeling okay? Or is it because
I'm okay. I'm just sorry.
Wait, go back. Like that's that.
Yeah,
that's Nadia during the surgery.
Yeah, that's pretty close. That's actually pretty close. I just realized, and then I'm like, wait a minute, which part of the movie are we at already?
Snap back in. Oh, poor Nadia. Yeah. Oh, man. God, her backstory.
Oh, that's true, Vex. Thanks for calling me out.
Good point. Good point.
I mean, now one little bit of like old fashioned Rosalie, pretty good looking. I'm like the old school look she had going. I was like, she looks pretty good like that. That's not bad.
Sure.
But
she's not. Really, I agree. But it's like
this is such a weird way to introduce this.
Basically, she gets
raped in public. Well, no, it's her fiance, I think.
Fiance, yeah. And he just like, what do they do? Just right
like
there.
That OnlyFans chick got ran through. I know. I'm sorry. I'm done.
What the fuck is Nadia? Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
You're on like a public street and this is happening. It's like,
we'll have a full panel next week, Nadia. You'll be okay.
They're all white men.
Yeah. Also, by the way, so a lot of what she's saying here really raises like some serious questions because she basically made it sound like it wasn't her choice to become a vampire. But she literally, so she says here that Carlisle found her because of the blood and he's the one who turned her. And I'm like, wait a minute, are you saying Carlisle turns you in a villainous way? Because he hasn't displayed those characteristics. As far as I know, he's been a solid, he's probably the most wholesome person in this entire series.
You're right.
Outside of maybe Mustache Dad, but I'm like, so wait a minute, are you suggesting that he turns you against your will? Because that doesn't really align with his character. It's like, can we get some more information on that? Because it clashes completely against what she said about like, been made a vampire against her will. You just said Carlisle turned you. So what do you mean he turns you against your will? Shouldn't you hate him? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it is very weird. Oh yeah. He did that with all of them, right? Isn't that how?
Well, he's turned several. He I don't know if he turned all of them, but he turned. We know she turned. Rosalie said he turned her. We know he turned Edward.
Yep.
Which Edward he turned like he's saying. She makes it sound like Bella's the only one doing this willingly. We saw Edward make the choice to do it.
Yep.
I mean, you could argue his circumstances put him in a place where it wasn't much of a choice, but
what the fuck? Wait till you get to the Rosalie backstory in the next movie.
I just saw that.
God, I don't, dude. I hope.
Also, did she turn Emmett against his will? How does that work?
We don't ask these. Oh yeah, we'll never know because Emmett just says the stupidest shit in the whole. What does he have, like 3 lines, and he says the stupidest shit every movie?
You can't tell me Edward comes from a time period that's way before this. There's just no freaking way. There's no way.
I know what he. And then what does she say here? She has some terrible dialogue here.
I was a bit theatrical.
She's terrible dialogue the whole fucking movie, Cannoli.
There's Nadia right here. This is
they literally tried to do a Kill Bill thing where she apparently killed her fiance in her wedding gown, and I'm like, that is so freaking lame. That is lame.
Oh yeah, she's like,
it's almost like the movie is again trying to do we know this is silly, but we'll just try to explain it away with
that's
a line.
What she
says. It was
says.
Theatrical back then. I'm like, no.
That's what she says. That's what she says. I'll never want anything more than Edward. And she's like, yeah, there's one thing, blood. And, Jesus Christ.
And her vampire makeup looked bad too.
It's terrible.
Actually, could have been an interesting line in a better movie.
Yeah, but they didn't do it. You're right, but they don't go anywhere with this.
Yeah, exactly. And that's again, it clashes with. It's like, okay, so. Carlisle's the one, you just said Carlisle's the one who turns you. So is he bad? Do you see him in a negative light because of that? Because you seem really bitter about being a vampire. You even said it was against your will. This really doesn't make a lot of sense.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Yep. Then we get back to the horror movie vampire, and he's like actually getting pissed off at his like little army. He's like, you're supposed to be cleaner than this. Like, control yourself. Like, bro, like, who are you? Like, I don't. They're trying to establish him as like some intimidating character. I'm like, bro,
No.
nobody's buying it. It's terrible. You're like, he comes in and out of the movie. Like, what are we in, like 50 minutes into the movie? He's been in there like 3 times since the beginning, but they don't really. I don't get it. And then there's the Volturi just watching. What do we do? And then what does she say? Like some stupid line, like, "Oh, do we end them or do we?" What the hell?
It's basically the suggestion she's making is that they didn't orchestrate this, but this has the potential to benefit them because they bring up
Right.
Edward brings up that the Volturi want to utilize his and
Gorking died.
What? I died. What?
Oh no, sorry. It's like the internet just stopped for a second.
Oh, okay.
But now we're back. I'm sorry, Gord. You're back from the dead. Cool, thank you.
But he says that basically the Volturi want his power and Alice's power, and so basically the Volturi see this and are like, okay, so they didn't orchestrate this, but this could potentially benefit them.
Right.
And she delivers that awful decisions. Her line delivery is pathetic in this film. And I'm like, Dakota, you're the most seasoned actress probably in this entire film. You should be carrying this baby.
No.
Where has your acting gone?
It's so funny.
Just completely phones it in.
Dude, it was so funny because I think we were talking this weekend, right, in the chat. Like after watching this, I watched Man on Fire. I know you guys haven't seen it, or Gord hasn't seen it, but Dakota Fanning's in that movie, and as a kid actress, she was phenomenal in Man on Fire with Denzel. Their chemistry was fantastic, and I'm just
she's in like War of the Worlds, which War of the Worlds isn't great, but it's
solid.
It's
solid. It's fun. It's fun, but she's good. But I'm like, and then we get the speech. This speech was cracking me up. Because I mean, it's actually not a bad speech, but it's like just the way that's like they're trying to play it up about don't make this is the time to be stupid, make bad decisions, and it's like of course.
And the girl who should have been Bella.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Edward's like, can we just bite this bitch and get it over with? I'm so sick of hearing about it. Nadia, you awake? Nadia, you awake? Nadia.
Oh. Fuck,
she's in the girls' chat.
Spaced out again. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I think I'm not missing much.
No.
At least we're still parts of the movie that I stayed awake for.
Yeah.
Nadia, for heaven's sake, we only have a panel of 4 people. Come on now.
I don't know what to do.
Gord's got it. Don't worry about it. We got it.
I shouldn't have taken those. Never mind.
Wow.
But okay, again,
I'm just giving you shit.
Let's okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 women in that.
Stop
frame.
calling me out, Vex. Jesus.
We have 4 Forks women in this frame. Easily the worst looking one is Bella. It's not close. It's not close.
They're underage, Gord.
God, well, I know what he's saying.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. They're all in their 20s filming this, so no, they're not. And they're all of about 2. They're all of about like 2 years my junior when this came out. So no, they're not underage. Also, even in the movie, they're not underage. They're all 18.
Gord likes the wig. That's what he likes.
But no, I'm just saying, objectively speaking, these are all better looking women than Bella.
Well, there's Nadia's. There you go.
Nope. Repent.
And I like how they show up. Why are you here? And I like how she goes, "Why are you here?" Well, you invited us. Like, oh my!
I'm attracted to bland.
I like bad actors.
I love mopey bitches with no emotions.
I blame it on the whole inner animal. Shut up.
Oh yeah, I blame it on the whole inner animal thing. Yeah. I'm like, dude,
shut up.
KYS, my gosh.
Yeah, and then he gives her the wolf thing. I made it myself. Here's a graduate. It's like, oh my god.
I made this keychain out of corn.
Corn, yeah. Fuck. Oh yeah, this is where they're smelling all of Bella's clothes.
She wears bandanas for underwear.
Yeah, yeah. Then Alice has a vision. What did you see? Most convenient times too. Most convenient.
Yeah, decision's been made.
Yeah, so this is where they have to figure like they have to like make a truce with the wolves to fight these people because they won't win on their own, and because they're newborns, so they're more stronger because they're bloodthirsty. I was like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
By the way, if you actually wanted to utilize Alice's power in a manner which
makes sense,
like, well, not even necessarily makes sense. You totally could abuse her power to make yourself very wealthy. If she can see decisions by focusing on specific individuals, there's a lot of stuff that she would know beforehand that they could They could make bets and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that she could know before and be like, okay, put your money down on this.
There's a company called Apple, invest, and Google, invest, like, especially around this time.
Nancy Pelosi just decided to invest.
Fucking be billionaires. Oh yeah. So this is where they're. She's like, no, Jacob, you can't. You'll be killed. Like, oh god.
Like her objections to them joining. I'm like, Bella,
do you want to die?
It's like you're scared about them joining the fray because they'll get hurt. You don't seem to have any reservations about the Cullens doing it. Who, by the way, if they don't have the help of the wolves, they're definitely in more danger, and so are a bunch of other people. You absolutely should want them to be invested in this fight because likelihood is they're going to have to be at some point.
They're going to have to
anyway.
Yeah, like it's not going to. Oh god! And so this is where they go to the training field, and oh god.
Which, by the way, so they tell them there's a rule in this. They literally make a point of saying the most important rule: don't go for the obvious kill. Which, how freaking vague a rule is that?
What does that mean?
By the way, there is zero clarity to that rule here. Or when the fight actually occurs, it's the most meaningless line in the movie that they try to, pass off as meaningful. It's so stupid.
What else am I doing here?
Don't go for the obvious kill. It's like, so what do you mean? Like kill a person? Like, it's like, haha, I killed an innocent bystander. Nobody saw it coming.
Oh, this is where Carlisle's like telling him this is the newborns are the most powerful at the very beginning, like the first 6 months or something like that.
Something like that. Which that scene, gosh, it's not like a bad idea as far as like a newborn having the most power thing. It's like there's something you can play with there, but
the way they implement it,
you're probably better off not putting a specific time frame on it because it's like what part of their nature knows when that clock is finished ticking, right? It's like how does that work physiologically exactly? Like that's kind of wonky.
Nadia, what are you doing to me?
Play the fucking clip.
Play it, asshole.
I'm retarded.
It never gets old.
It does not.
It's music. It just never gets old. There you go, Nadia. Thank you for the $2, Nadia. You're a wonderful person. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, so this is where they're training with each other and fighting each other, and it's like, oh god, I hated this whole scene. Like I just hated this. It was so stupid.
And it's sad because again, this is one of those things there's something you can do with all of this. There really is something they could have done with this all of these notions, and all of it's botched. This is easily the most frustrating one because all the other ones are just kind of stupid ideas that they're trying really hard to make work, and it's funny. Yep. This is like, oh wow, y'all have actually got some good ideas here, and it's just not one of them works.
By the way, this is our thumbnail, except our thumbnail is Jacob in the CGI suit. That was on purpose, by the way.
The GIMP suit.
The GIMP suit. Yeah, this is funny. Oh, she gives him a little pet. It's so cute. He's protecting her.
It's like, that's my balls.
Oh, pet here, girl. Oh, yeah.
Also, why is Edward's hair really bad in this scene for something? Like, it's like one scene he has his hair is
aren't they all wearing wigs?
Looking.
He looks like a lesbian.
I believe he's the only one throughout every movie that he does not wear a wig.
He doesn't wear a wig. Okay,
yeah, but his hair is like, look at it. His hair looks weird in this scene. That's
like
not what his hair looks like in any of the other scenes. His hair doesn't look like this.
He looks like
Don't worry about his hair. Look at those caterpillar fucking eyebrows.
Yeah.
That's always the problem, though.
Who would have thought this guy would be the Batman? Like, God, who would have thought? Oh, my God.
Well, and I saw another trailer for Mickey 17, and I don't think it's gonna be good, guys.
Listen,
I don't know.
I did see the trailer. It's weird, but I kind of still want to see it.
Wait, see what now?
Mickey 17.
Mickey 17.
I'm into.
I mean,
good director.
Good
director. Yeah, he's a good director. So, oh God, this is the backstory we get with the.
Of course, he is Vex. They all are, aren't you?
Oh yeah, this is where we get the backstory about him being a newborn and how he knows how to fight them so well. There you go, Gordon.
Yeah, which they don't. Yeah, and again, it's like if you're gonna that's not a bad idea. It's like, okay, you could do something with this, but it's just stated that well, he's really good at it. It's like, why is he good at it? He's done it a lot.
Because he killed a lot of them. That's why.
He did it a lot, and it's like, oh, okay.
He learned to be a vampire ninja.
It's
killer.
like none of his advice comes off like somebody who's an expert at this.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
like that. Don't
You're
go
right.
for the obvious kill. What does that mean? That
You
doesn't
Don't go
make
for the obvious kill. It's pretty straightforward there, Gore.
Well, what's the
not-
obvious kill?
It's like, so if the guy's hanging on you, okay, so if one of them is literally grabbing you trying to kill you, I guess the obvious kill is to not kill the person who is about to kill you. So it's like, well, I feel like I kind of need to go for the obvious killer. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh yeah, this is where he kills
Such
the
a
kid.
nonsensical statement.
So
it
was he?
means
Was he?
nothing.
So was he? Okay, the dumb question. So he wasn't like hypnotized by the vampire that turned him, right?
No, he was. They. It almost seems like that is what they're saying.
Okay, okay.
Is they're under some kind of influence? Either, I mean, I guess female vampires have the ability to turn male vampires into simps. That's the thing. This is basically
Obviously.
simpery. They have the power of simpery.
I thought what I had was love, and then I found Alice. No, we have real love, real love. Yeah, this is just oh, that wig, Alice. No. Yeah, like at this point, I'm starting to check out. I mean, I was already kind of checked. I was like, oh god, please, how much longer?
Brought me. Thank you. Okay.
How much longer is this movie? Like every movie.
By the way, Vex is 100% right. Why he all of a sudden starts to don a southern
Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah, and then
He's-
Bella.
I mean, it's like he's barely talked in the other movies, but they.
No, I
And the
agree.
weird thing is, his accent only starts to progressively come along as they are revealing he had one. It's like
Yep.
that's when you know they're like, oh, he suddenly has a
It's
southern accent. What the heck?
so fucking stupid. Only that she has a dream that.
Also, do you think Jasper was pro-slavery?
I mean, it has to be. Right?
He was Confederate. He said he was Confederate.
Yeah, it has to be.
Do you think when
course
he
he would
saw?
pick a
Do you think when he saw the black vampire, he was like, I know what we used to do with your kind.
Oh,
And by the
my
way,
God.
like this scene
Jesus.
here, this guy picks
I
up.
wish it wasn't Victoria running. I'm used to
Did
chasing
we?
black
did we-
vampires.
No.
Did we? Oh my god! Jesus, Gord.
God.
Oh god, this part was so stupid too. He like picks up this guy.
So
from
you
literally-
are a racist and straight edge.
well,
Got it.
He's a pumpkin.
I'm not. When he was the Confederate, I'm just extrapolating from his character.
This part was so stupid. He picks up the guy literally to walk 2 feet and then drops him again. I'm like, what the fuck was the point of that? I mean, I get he's bringing him to Victoria, but it's like he's turning him. Like why? Just leave him there. I don't know. Something. These little tiny things. And then, is this where Victoria come? No, this is not Victoria, right? Oh no. I thought she came up in this scene. I don't. This is what I mean. I lost track of everything that was happening because I kept looking at my phone. At this point, I'm just like, I don't. What? All right, now we're back in Seattle.
He's like, I could have sworn this part of the movie had Super Bowl highlights. Maybe. I was
Yeah,
just
no, this is
busy.
the wrong video. Yeah, no, wrong movie. Wrong movie. God, her wig is fucking terrible.
God damn, for real.
God. Seriously, it's bad. She looks weird here
I believe
too.
they're
She does, like, well,
extensions, not a
her
wig.
Are they
age-
extensions?
She's
Okay.
Yeah.
well, the actress is starting to get older at this. Now, granted, I'll give this series one bit of credit. They filmed these quick enough to where their age didn't show too much.
Yeah.
It wasn't too
Did they
obvious as
film
it
this?
progressed, but
Was this year to year? It was like every year they made
just
it.
about. It was
like-
almost entirely year to year.
back.
I know these first three are like 2008, 2009, 2010. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. That's, I guess, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. So you wouldn't, it would be noticeable, but not as noticeable if it was like a 3-year jump each movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're not young like the Harry Potter kids, so like they have
Right.
a little bit of
Right.
leeway. Like
I can't make
They already
you
hit
choose between
puberty.
me and your family. Oh my fucking god. Oh, there's still 55 minutes left. Yeah. So this is where they figure out where the battle is going to take place. So this part, so they have
Yeah,
to
they
get-
actually they literally went
Yep.
one after the. They went every year for 5 years.
That's smart. It's a smart.
Wow.
thing.
Yeah.
Just get it over with. Get it over with.
I'll tell you what, that's probably part of the reason why they never really advance far with like effects and stuff like that. It's because they just rushed them out. They assembly line these
Well,
movies.
DVD.
Lord of the Rings did this when they filmed back to back to back. It was kind
Well,
of
but they actually were filming it as a singular
Actually,
production.
You're right.
That's,
and
yeah,
and
so
there was
was
an
they
improvement.
wanted that continuity. This is supposed to take place over a longer span of time. And is, and again, like these were made as separate movies, other than I think Breaking Dawn, I think was done as one long production, but like the rest of these are separate productions.
So they This
With
is
different directors, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know. This is the idea of Jacob carrying her to get his scent on her and get her.
I
away.
thought she
I'm
was
like,
gonna ride him in the wolf form, but he just
Bro.
runs up and then carries
Yeah,
her. And it's like,
me too. I thought he was going to turn into a wolf. I'm like, okay, that kind of
it
makes
seems
sense.
like it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
of
and I'm like,
talking about. He doesn't run very fast.
No, and I'm like,
Why don't you just have Edward carry her? He can actually run. Like, we've literally seen him carry her. Like, hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
Yeah,
Like, wouldn't Edward carrying her make a lot more sense?
And this is where he tells her like he could have been the alpha, and he gave it to Sam, and she's like, "Huh? I could have been boning the alpha? What?" And then it's just so fucking dialogue was ridiculous. Oh yeah, you could love one person at a time. I'm like, oh my god, please stop.
We know she can.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
one of my questions I would have is like, okay, so do all of them at some point imprint on a person? Because I would want to ask that, because if that's the case, then he should know she's not the one. Then he hasn't imprinted on her.
Right.
He hasn't imprinted on her.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, then that should tell you that no matter what you're feeling right now.
Don't they try to compare it to Sam and Leah and the other girl? Like, try to give you that as like, okay, Sam was with this person first, loved this person, but the other chick came and was his actual.
Well, and that's kind of why I'm curious if imprinting is something they all do, because if they don't, then that story's fine, and what's happening with Jacob and Bella in that particular sense is fine. Right. But if they all know eventually they are going to imprint, then I'm like, well, then why would you get with anyone until that happened?
Yep.
In which case, it also raises the question of what happens if you imprint on somebody who doesn't feel the same way. What happens then? If a wolf imprints on you, does your will matter in this case?
All I picked up was wolf stench. That's what I say to Gordon every time. Never mind. Oh yeah, then Alice and Charlie become best friends. Everybody, this was so cute. Oh, I love Alice. I love Alice. She's so nice.
It's like, I like her, and it's like, yeah, I get it. She's a solid actress. Yeah. That's why we like her.
She's the one. So we're so you're gonna have a sleepover at my house, and then she's like, "Yeah, this is where you and Edward."
Well, I'm gonna have a sleepover at Charlie's house.
Yeah. It's so funny. You and Edward are gonna be alone. It's like, then they get this scene. Listen, Charlie. This is funny. Like, the sex talk. And he's like, because she's asking about marriage, right? About if it's an institution he believes in still, and this and that, and why he hasn't. And like his answers are like, whatever. And then he's like, oh, unless somebody makes a mistake, and this and that. And she's like, oh god. And then she acts like a total bitch. Like, I get it's embarrassing because it's your dad talking to your teen, but sure. I'm a virgin dad. Her acting is so fucking bad.
Ew.
I'm a virgin dad.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what else he was supposed to say.
No, I get it, but
it's a joke, Cannoli.
Honestly, it's a conversation. This conversation should have been in the first movie.
Exactly. Thank you.
This movie is trying to that to me is the problem with this part. Is tonally it fits the first movie. It doesn't fit this one. Right. It's like once she started to hang out with Edward, or even just the mere fact that he's, part of the dynamic they have in the first movie is there's some awkwardness because they haven't seen each other all that much over the past several years. So her, having a new boyfriend and all that stuff, that conversation actually could have been kind of funny there. It doesn't really fit here. It's not, it doesn't really work here.
No, I completely agree. Oh God, fucking poor. I love Charlie though, man. I swear to God, if anything happens to Charlie, I'm rioting. That's it.
He's like the Dawn. He's like the Dawn in Captain Marvel. He can do no wrong.
Yeah, this face. I'm a virgin, Dad. Oh God, somebody hit her.
Oh God, Dad. I'm a virgin.
Like, oh my God. Then he eats a sandwich, which looked really good, by the way. I was like, oh. I'm a fatty. I'm sorry.
I just text Chris asking to make me a sandwich.
Bro, base right there. Should it be the other way? Never mind. You're on the stream. It's okay.
Yeah.
Chris is a good dude. So they're okay. So this is what I mean. Like, you have this scene where they're getting intimate again. I'm like, bro, how many fucking times do we? I don't know if these just seem like a waste of time, or it's because they're so badly written, and it was me, or is there just too many of these goddamn scenes in these freaking movies?
Well, what are these movies made for, and who is the demographic? And that's all they
middle-aged women.
Middle-aged
things
women.
are getting far No, there's for
Yes,
fucking teenage girls. They don't think
No,
about going
it's-
all the way. They think of like these stupid fucking romantic makeout
Romantic.
sessions.
You're not wrong in that regard, but the primary demographic, I'm quite certain, is middle-aged women. They don't maybe not what they intended, probably what they ended up with.
So like bronies, but
Kind of, yeah, kind of like that.
Chad, are you a brony? You feel like
Yes,
I feel like you're a
brony.
brony.
You are brony.
Only on the weekends, guys.
Only when I have the energy on the weekend.
Part-time brony.
I want you back.
I respect that. I respect that.
This is where he like tells her like I can hurt you basically, like I can kill you. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, it's like, dude, really?
His
It's
dick
like,
is so strong it could literally kill
It's
him.
but it's cold,
What's-
isn't it? His fucking body's cold. It's like putting a large
So-
piece of ice
so
inside
wait,
you.
so Cannoli, are you suggesting that if they have sex, he'll cold cock her?
You were holding on to that one, weren't you, Cord?
What? No. Once he said it's cold, I was like, oh, that's actually kind of works because that has a double meaning.
I agree with Vex here, actually. God damn it, Gord. Sick bastard. That was pretty good, actually. He cold. Yeah, it's just. It's too drawn out. It's just, and then like for a second, I never, like I said,
I mean,
never.
he is related to Vlad the Impaler. Like
That is true.
I
That is
mean-
true. That is true. Good point.
Honey,
No.
maybe during her time of the month.
Oh,
Ugh.
well, he is a
Oh,
vampire.
gosh.
He's a vampire. Well, that would be a benefit to him. I mean, come
He's like,
on.
oh my gosh, this is totally cool, right?
This
Oh
is
wait,
the
I read
best.
that completely wrong, Auntie. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh god.
That would be, you really could make a funny scene out of that where like Edward is talking to his quote unquote father, and he's like, okay, so I know we generally only drink animal blood, but I was thinking.
However.
I had a thought, and he's like, Edward, no.
No. Oh, a clot. Tuh.
Wait. Was that with a comma, or did you just make the hot tua thing clot tua?
I did it by accident, but thank you. We gotta. That's
You
it.
gotta
Sorry,
give
I
her that
spaced
clot
I'm
tua.
gonna become Clot Tua now. Have a podcast. Yeah, so she's basically like, you're such you're old school and this and that, and is your virtue. I'm not gonna steal your virtue. It's like, you kind of are, but he keeps talking about how her soul, he wants to save her soul because he doesn't think he has one, and it's like, just we talked about this for 3 fucking
Technically,
movies.
he doesn't.
No, I know, but it's like I've heard
The
this. For 3
undead.
Oh, God, Nadia.
Oh,
We have oh yeah, he's talking about how he would have courted her. I almost threw up when he said that. I would have courted.
Why, you don't want some dude to be like this with your daughter? Be like, I would court you. I would take.
I don't
your
want him to be a
hand,
vampire,
roll,
but then again, these
and-
days. you know.
Yeah, well, that might be the best thing.
It might be better than the alternative.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I seen what's out there. Tea
Oof.
on the porch. Oh God. Oh yeah, so he wants. He's
The
just
only
like,
kind of tea that he'd offer is low tea.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Gordon's been holding on to that one too.
I don't typically. I mean, I occasionally will hold on to one that I know I'll be able to bring up. Most of these are
Yeah.
on the
Killing
fly.
it.
I'm holding on to something
Show
right
off.
now.
I don't want to. I mean, I know it makes me look smarter, but I'm like, I don't want to lie to you and make it sound like, oh yeah, I'm totally planning all these. Not
Nobody
really.
accused you of being smart. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so he gives her he gets engaged.
That's
here.
cannoli projecting.
It is big time. Oh my God, you have no idea. Not good.
I
Yeah,
could
so-
be modest, but false modesty's still lying. No.
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah, I totally agree.
Oh, wait,
So-
Gord, you don't lie at all? Like zero lying?
Oh no, I can't pretend I don't lie. It's just if I can help it, I don't want to lie.
He doesn't want to.
I want to lie, but
Yeah.
He's a good, wholesome boy.
He's a good, wholesome Christian boy.
I
told you.
try.
don't-
I do lie sometimes. I miss
Yeah.
it all the time.
No, he lies every Monday. Yeah, I can't wait to do MMM again. Sure. What retard invited me to do this show?
Hey, I'm gonna believe him. He's the only one who hasn't missed. So
That's
he's
true.
clearly in it.
He's very consistent. I'll give him that. Yeah.
I feel like I've been fluffed a little too much on this stream, but
You need some backstage fluffing going.
yeah, I'll fluff you, Gordon. If I ever meet you, I'll fluff you. Yeah, so they get engaged. He gives her a ring, and she's like, "Yes, I'll marry you, Edward."
Which that ring was very popular at the time.
I was gonna say, I remember seeing.
I was gonna
those.
ask about the ring because I thought it was a very strange looking ring.
It is.
The one ring. Yeah, then we get the
cast her into the fire.
and we finally get to see Victoria Howard, Bryce Howard, and it's like this scene was so. Again, it's a weird tonal shift. Like Nadia was right. Like the editing is very strange.
This is actually okay. So the dynamic between these two. This is part of what really hurts. What is really hurt by the fact that so much focus is on the romance stuff, because they really would have done themselves a service making it clear how she's influencing him. Because the big problem with this whole thing is, aside from the situation gets no development, Victoria has not been developed as a villain at all.
No,
not at all. She appears for all of about 5 minutes, if that, in the first movie. I don't even think it's 5 minutes, to be perfectly honest. She might get 5 minutes in this movie total. It's like all we know about her is she's mad that what's his face, the guy who constantly tilts his head, died in the first one. That is the entirety of her character development. So it's an awful villain dynamic, and yes, it also hurts that the acting's terrible. But we never see how she influences this guy, because they start the movie by showing him getting turned, which should make you sympathetic towards him. So you could actually do something really good by showing how she turns this previously nice guy into this cold-blooded killer who will do anything to her. There is so much you could do with that would be really, really interesting.
No,
and they're just like, no, I don't want to kill you with my wiener. That's what we're focused on.
That's what I told Sassy, and she laughed. She goes, "What wiener?"
Oh my god,
that thing, baby cannoli over there.
This could have been the thumbnail. That creepy grin.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. It's like, you know what's funny though? I will also give them credit for like I know obviously it's a different actress, but she does look like she's close enough to the original Victoria in the first.
She doesn't look as the problem.
It's not as jarring.
She's kind of serving Michael Jackson.
Like the one thing, like if you remember when we talked the first Twilight, the actress who was playing Victoria had a good look, like for a villainess. So whereas Bryce Dallas Howard does not look remotely intimidating,
right,
at all. Like this is Argyle all over again, where it's like, I can't buy her as
I get
in any sense of the word.
I get you. Josh, you're gonna find out in Vegas, buddy.
Okay, I just saw that.
Woo! You have no idea what I'm.
An angry inch.
We played lightsaber battles. We had lightsaber battles in last time, so.
Yeah, Sassy video recorded it.
We did,
and they played with laser swords.
Subscribe to the Cannoli Sasquatch only fans.
Yeah, we might be live that night. So I'm going to send especially to Gord. He'll love it.
Wait a minute. So him grinning. Just if you were just to isolate that line and that grin, the newborns will be frantic. It's like, that's creepy.
That's creepy,
that's
right?
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, and then just oh god. Well, I didn't want to risk losing. Oh yeah, so she took the ring off, and he's like, "Well, it's because of Jacob, isn't it?" And here he is with this fucking.
Well,
shirt.
Yes, it is.
And then this is where he says, "Like, doesn't this guy own any shirts?" Like, where? I finally they did the thing. Oh, they talked about his shirt.
Which there is no reason for him not to have a shirt.
Right.
Look at his face. You're right. He does look weird. Like his makeup, something's just off about his look.
He's
in this movie.
too pale.
It's weird.
It looks straight to like just white makeup, not actual.
Well, it's because they've gone for a bright. I think it's because they've switched color palettes for all three of these movies. Really, like this is kind of a blend of the last two, and it makes the way it contrasts with his makeup
look,
just doesn't look right. Just doesn't look right.
Same old. I'm gonna carry your girlfriend, you cuck boy. Oh god, yeah. Then the army, and now look, he's sparkling. Oh, look, he's sparkling.
This is a Revlon ad.
It is.
This is terrible.
Oh shit.
And yeah, look again. His hair's back to like wavy.
Oh, they're coming out of the water.
Oh,
Look.
yes, they're doing the Pirates of the Caribbean underwater walk. They totally ripped this off, and it's like, why?
That's
Why
exactly
are they
what I
coming
said.
out of the
Also,
water?
Land of the Dead did this too as well.
That's right, they did.
This is so
But
stupid.
it's like, why are they coming out of the water?
Look, Uncle Fester to the left over there is coming out of the water.
Like,
it's like, bro.
The only thing I can think of maybe they're doing here is they're trying to mask their scent. So, but I'm like, they don't really say it. They don't really point out that they would even need to do that. So I'm like, no. Yeah, I mean, you could have done something with it. But again,
First of all, if you're gonna put her on the highest part of a mountain that's freezing, you don't bring a
Throw her
fucking,
off.
like, well, but if you're not gonna do that, but yes, if you're not gonna do that, why not? Like, does anybody have a fucking blanket? Like, she's sleeping on in a sleeping bag. Like, what is this shit? This is where I was losing my mind. Me and Sassy, I was like, what the, Sassy's funny when she gets annoyed during the movie. She's like, where the fuck is there? Like a space heater? There's no fire. What the fuck is going on? She's not wearing any extra clothes. I was like, it's all just this retarded
But they're
script
teenage-
if we touch
No,
body to
she-
body, it'll make you warmer. I'm like, why is he such overtly pervy
He's
in this
creepy.
movie?
as fuck.
dude. And he says, no. Well, she's gonna need her toes someday. You won't touch her. Okay, go ahead and touch her. Look, he's getting off. This is the look like, oh, I'm gonna jerk off to this. I
I'll
didn't think I
just-
liked.
He is in the cup chair right now. So
That is
I'll
true.
I'll just touch her
Facts.
with the tip.
Oh god, look at him. He's like, oh, this is better, hotter than I thought it would be. Oh god, it's so weird. It's this whole thing, and then they have this really creepy talk about, like, oh, I could have liked you if you were, and it's like, oh,
No, he's like, this actually could be a really interesting conversation.
Could have
if the
been.
acting and the dialogue was better,
Thank
because
you,
this is one of those things I was talking about where the dynamic between them, because it's kind of what they're going over, is what they both kind of have to offer her. And I actually think that in a weird way that this it works in a certain way, but it mostly doesn't, because it's like, okay, I do think it at least effectively shows that Edward is the better of these two people, like as a human being, so to speak, because he's willing to say, look, whatever she chooses, whatever's best for her is what I'm for. That's
Right.
the way in which he's better than Jacob and why he's actually right for her.
Right.
And again, it's like what each of them have to offer, the way they're hashing that out. It's like, okay, there's something really interesting that you could make this
in the hands of a
this
better
work with.
filmmaker.
Like, in the hands of a better filmmaker and in the hands of a better dialogue writer, this actually could have been a really good scene. But it's just
it's cringy.
it's
dude.
written so poorly and it's acted really bad, particularly by
Fair.
Taylor Lautner.
This is a sign
It's
of
just,
just
it's
Edward has had
just-
100 years to mature out of jealousy in these small ways when it involves. Yeah, and he even said, like, they try to, like, oh, what if she chose? And he's like, I just let her go. I'm like, would you though, bro? Like, would you?
Oh no, I think I think that makes sense. That I think that kind of speaks to Vex's point. Is
Yes,
that he has
yes.
had enough time
Yes,
to
but he's not. But he's not
He always
acting
hates
like
what he
that.
is, and he wants what's best for her, and that's
Yes.
Again, if you write the dialogue better and scenes acted better and directed better,
Right. It
this
would
could
pay
have been
off
a
more.
really effective scene for this film, and it's really cheesy.
Fucking Nadia.
And then they throw in little cheesy lines like "I am hotter than you." It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh
gosh.
God, shut up. Yeah, I would have made her happy.
This is where maybe churning and burning these things didn't pay off so well for them. Yeah, the
That's
looks
why
are
they're bringing
fine,
it back.
but
You're right, 100%. Oh God, these stupid facial expressions. But I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you're cucking me right now.
okay.
Yeah, it's like, what? Well,
I mean, furry or not, I am happy you're here.
yeah.
You don't say that to furries.
Nice
Come on.
pecs you got there. What's your workout program, bro? Oh, poor Belle. Now she's warm though. She's Oh, this is where I'm talking about. So Sam comes to see that, and this set piece is so fucking terrible for a big budget movie.
It looks cheap as shit.
Look at the background; looks terrible, and the rocks look cheap. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, this is an awful
It's
green
like a
screen.
high
It's like-
school. Yeah, it's high
I
school.
mean, and also it's like there
Fucking-
really didn't seem to be
fucking
any
Nadia.
indication. I mean, granted, I know it's not technically a flaw because weather can sweep in at any point. It's just like, but if I'm a filmmaker and I'm going to go from one day to the next and it's going to get really cold and snowy, I'm going to hint at that
Mhm.
with the way the weather looks in the scene prior, because when they get there, she's wearing I think she's wearing a t-shirt, or I could be wrong about that. She's definitely not wearing wintry clothing.
No.
And it looks pretty freaking clear when they get up there. Doesn't look like it's getting ready to snow all of a sudden. It's not even winter. It's summer. They just graduated. It's freaking summer. Why is it snowing?
Hey, Cucklight plays by its own rules. Okay.
yeah. You're right. It's so stupid. She's freezing in a tent, but now she's out in the fucking cold and nothing. It's like, shut up. Oh God. Yeah. Jake, no, don't leave. Oh yeah. He overhears them about getting married and she's pissed off because Edward did it on purpose. It's like, bitch, you just said that you can't live without him halfway through the movie, and now this is a problem. Because, like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
It actually, the dialogue almost makes it sound like he is trying to find a place to go to the bathroom. I'm just saying. You cut a couple of words out here and there.
I gotta go.
Actually does sound like no, it's like even the dialogue before that makes it sound like, oh, he's looking for a place to go. He has to pee. Or so, it's what it kind of sounds like.
Yeah.
He's looking for he's like, all right, I gotta go. I saw a fire hydrant nearby.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm asking you, why? Say it. Say it. I'm waiting for her to start. Yeah, and then she's like, kiss me. Oh God. I was like, you gotta be fucking.
Like, could she have made it more obvious could she have made it more obvious that she's stringing him along in this scene?
Cheating on Edward.
By the way, she's mad at Edward that he told her the truth.
Yeah, but yeah,
she's vilifying Edward for telling the truth, and then literally you can see her little brain gears, slow and unoiled as they are, working like, how do I get him not to go away? Kiss me. And I'm like,
touch
really,
me.
Dude? Are you that retarded that you bought
Yes.
that?
Yes.
He did, of course.
Yes.
Again, scent powers.
And then Edward's just like all this, but he's like, oh, I heard everything, but oh no, she said, did you hear? And he's
his
like,
thoughts were pretty loud.
Yeah, that's great. You should have heard his thoughts in the tent with me.
Oh, the word cold cock came up a few times.
I am awake, Max. I fucking am.
Wait, you missed it. You missed it.
Wake up, Nadia.
Go back.
I'm letting the experts talk.
Oh my God. Wait, what pose? What are we talking about?
Nadia, how many times have you seen these movies?
Yeah, Nadia, Jesus.
Not as much as you have.
Nadia, how many times have you
okay, but that puts you. Well, I've only seen them twice.
This is the second time for me. So
yeah, it's the second time. So are you sure about that?
I've seen this one 1.5.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, Nadia, your expertise is not overshadowed by anybody here, I assure you.
Wow. Nadia's sleeping anyway.
I'm not sleeping. I'm listening to you guys. I'm here.
Pose.
Are you? No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody pose.
Oh, look! Yeah, this is. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the shit.
Discount. Carlo Gugino.
Oh
like, stop calling me out of the chat, girl. Fire you.
Here come the newborns. Oh God, this is so cringy. They just start running. Yeah. These fights.
This fight
is trash. Oh my God.
So bad.
Makes me miss the baseball game.
Oh,
yeah.
The baseball game. At least the baseball game was fucking great.
Why didn't they bring the baseball bats?
Damn.
Oh. Or wearing a producer shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that in Vegas, Vex, when I see you, producer.
Is that where that's from? Oh, I completely forgot.
I am a producer. Put my picture behind you in the streams. Anyway, yeah. So this is where the werewolf. The werewolves.
Better be my photo back there.
Yeah, the werewolves are fucking. They kind of get their ass kicked a little bit, but they play their part. Like they do their part.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think they effectively at all display that the newborns are actually a threat.
Nothing. I mean, they dispose of them pretty because they train.
Yeah, this looks pretty easy.
Yeah.
This does not come off as all that bad.
She's here. They're here. I smell them. Yeah, this is so fucking stupid. They tracked her. So all that work for nothing. Hiding on a mountain, almost killing her, getting cucked. And of course, it's like, oh, they found my scent. Like, wait, what? Like, what? Yeah.
She has a strong scent, yo.
Look at his face here. He's like, do I want to be in this movie? Or
he's like, what did I agree to again?
Like, why? Thank God I'm not in the next one, right? I mean, Jesus Christ.
I super chatted. How much to this woman?
Yeah. This Victoria bitch. Where is she? she's kind of annoying. No.
And Edward tries to unveil Victoria's secret. Ho!
You gotta stop.
Okay, that one I held on to for a
You're
little while.
you're getting this is getting. So Victoria's like scared. Like this is so fucking weird. She look at her
That wig
face.
is so.
Oh, it's so
awful on her.
bad.
Oh my god.
Her acting is so bad.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to say like I can read her mind. Like she doesn't care about you. She's just using you and all that.
Yeah,
He's
this
like,
is another scene where the dialogue, if it was written better, would have been interesting because he's trying to tell him,
Not
"Hey,
my-
she's using you," and all this.
not
other
my
stuff.
fapping hand.
And by the way, Bryce Dallas
With
Howard,
no blood.
Yeah,
Yeah, her acting in the scene where she's trying to convince him. No, it's like you know how much more intriguing that scene is if the character can be convincing. But she's not even remotely convincing. It's almost like they're trying to make it to where, oh no, she's not that convincing. I'm like, that makes her a lesser villain. Do you not understand that? If she doesn't come off as convincing to the audience, then why on earth would we believe he believes it? It's
Right.
so stupid. I hate when movies and shows do that.
It is so stupid.
And I still don't get why are the vampires made of like crystal or porcelain or whatever the crap? I don't get that.
because they glitter. God damn it, they glitter.
Yes, Jamma, my jerking hand. No.
Yeah. No. Not my fapping hand.
He seriously looks like Justin Bieber's lesbian sister, Kristen Bieber, throughout like way entirely too fucking much of this movie.
He looks terrible. Yeah, and in her face, like he basically pisses off.
Edward should have tried to convince him that he loved him.
Oh god, yeah, and then and he pisses her off by like when I killed your boyfriend. It's like, oh god, because she tries to run away. And it's like, Jesus, of course you get the fight.
Yeah, and it's like, how stupid are it's like these? You know, Vex brought up the point that Edward, for as long as he's lived, should be past the point of getting jealous. He should have unlearned those feelings. You should have been able to learn when you're being baited into a dangerous fight that could get you killed.
Killed?
I mean, seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, you're that easy to provoke.
Oh, yeah.
You don't realize precisely what he's doing.
Oh look,
My
look,
gosh.
look. Bella's gonna do the thing that in the story. She's gonna cut herself.
Stupid native woman stabbed herself in the
Yeah.
stomach. Smart white girl.
She
put it on- cut
distracted
the
him
arm.
long enough. Oh god, just fucking kill me, please.
Her weapon is her courage.
Oh, then yeah, Victoria gets her head ripped off. So basically, she was useless in 3 straight movies and finally dies. It's like, okay, cool.
I mean, granted, there is some satisfaction to seeing Bryce Dallas Howard's head laying next to her
Of
body,
course.
but so
Mhm,
one point there.
I would have liked it with a little more blood, personally.
yeah, obviously. Well, then he lights her on fire. I was like, wait, you had a
By
light?
the way, how
you had a
she's
lighter.
flammable,
Hella
aren't they?
flammable.
They are so flammable. It's like, shoot, why are you even fighting? Just throw a match at him.
He had a lighter. Why was there not a fire outside the I can't do this anymore.
What do they walk around with kerosene fumes coming off them? What
Yeah.
the heck?
And
She
there's
just
hours.
lit up.
20 minutes left.
What?
There's 20 minutes still left.
Well, you got the credits.
No,
are like,
yeah, it's like how?
yeah, no, oh god.
Well, there's
no.
credits too, so
Yeah,
I mean,
there's-
credits is that's a weird way of putting it. List of those.
list of
complicit.
those. Yeah, Carlisle's gonna take care of you. Oh yeah, this is where Jacob gets his ass kicked, right?
Yeah, and where we learn that despite that's like, oh, you have fast healing that apparently doesn't apply
Your
to
bones.
your bones.
Yeah,
How,
Jacob,
what?
you stupid Jacob.
I have to reset the bones before the accelerated healing since it's like his healing doesn't account for his bones.
And I
That
get that.
doesn't sound all that useful.
Wait,
I
there's a
understand this
mid-credit
is a teen movie, but how does baby girl the only one with a shirt on?
right?
Yeah, I know. Learn
Yeah.
to fan service.
Consistency, guys.
Yeah, come on. They did the same shit in
Wait.
Top Gun Maverick.
There's
too.
a mid-credit scene.
I don't think there's
Wait,
one.
what?
Technically, when she changes back, she's topless.
She is topless.
Yeah,
that's
right,
true.
you would
Yes.
Well, she should be.
I scroll through the credits on this. There was no credit scene after this. There was no credit scene.
Is there?
Is there?
We'll have to
Maybe
find out.
maybe I'm autistic. I don't know. I didn't see it.
I love the unified lowering of the hood. That's
Yeah.
the one. That's the second part that I laughed because I was like,
Yeah.
"Come on!"
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like
they just
you
laugh.
all in unison. We must lower our
We
hoods at the
must
same
lower.
time.
We're intimidating. And then she was like, I didn't think it would be that easy. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh God, man.
Yeah, they're trying to insinuate you all had something to do. By the way, this whole part doesn't make a lick of sense. He's like, we offered her asylum, yada yada. And she's like, just give her a chance. It's like, we don't, it's like the Volturi don't offer second chance. I was like, what was her first chance? What are you, I don't get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. What happened? Oh, because she turned. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. You're right. Oh, she's still human. We're gonna tell. What the fuck's the main guy's name in the Volturi?
Aro.
Aro. Yeah, we're gonna tell him that.
Hard
still,
Aro.
Yeah, she's still human. Oh my god, shut up! I can't wait till.
Yeah,
these people
what was
all
the
die.
first chance?
I listen. The date is set. Oh, God.
Also, why does she wear? Why I am curious. What's the? She wears like I don't know. There's something weird about the eyeshadow that she's wearing. Why? I don't know if I quite get why she would wear eyeshadow.
There's something weird about everything. Look at this guy. Oh, this is he goes to kill the girl.
Like I get the vampire
looks
makeup. It's
40.
like why is she wearing eyeshadow?
Yeah,
He does.
Right.
Maybe he is.
It probably is. Yeah, he might be. Edward's like, oh god, how many more movies do we have of these?
He's bored with it. He's like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, then Jacob's screaming because he's getting his bones set back in, and I gave him some morphine, but his body heat's gonna burn it off. So what the fuck?
This is part of
Why?
the reason why this rivalry is so stupid and pointless and is never made to be believable. Is it kind of seems like here, well, shoot, now that he helped him, I guess everything's fine. And I'm like,
No,
I mean, you're really telling me this is the first time one of you ever even thought to save the other person's life?
Right?
That's all it takes.
right?
Yeah.
Y'all could have ended this a long time ago, and y'all didn't really even justify why you had this in the first place. Just saying.
He's not playing a game. Oh god, shut up, Jacob. At this point, I'm just counting the time. Like, please, God, end. I'd rather get all the re-breaks.
That's how I felt watching it for real.
Oh,
I was
dude,
like,
yeah.
Oh god.
It's
bro,
like we said, the first two at least were like so bad they were funny. So you're
yeah,
like,
they had
like,
yeah.
this
had the
is-
How I
entertainment
feel
value.
about talking about it. It's gonna end.
What are you talking about? You haven't talked about it.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
Yeah, I have. In your long external monologues about it. Yes, I have. Okay.
Wait. What does Vex say here? I'm still so confused as to why Bella is leading Jacob on so hard when Edward is back and they are planning to get. Oh, it's because she's a whore. That's why.
Because she needs a backup plan. You girls know this. You have to have a backup plan.
Or she's just retarded. I mean,
That too.
and by the way, it's
Play
like
the clip.
okay, if you're gonna have a near death thing with one of your main characters, you've got to know how to handle that in such a way as to actually make it dramatic and make it resonate. It happens very suddenly, and 2 minutes later he's fine. It's like wow,
she's right.
you literally didn't
Yep.
even think to milk this scene whatsoever. It's like wow,
Oh,
that's
yeah, well,
kind
she's
of useless if you don't know what to do with it.
She's thinking of milking something. I'll tell you that much.
I'm kind of curious to know now too. Does Mr. Nadia? Is there a backup plan to Mr. Nadia?
No,
Ooh,
unfortunately
okay.
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately not.
Nobody can hit that bar. That bar is way too high.
Nadia
Wow.
already neutered her Jacob a long time ago.
actually, more likely neutered me. So,
Aw.
Right.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Romance is not dead.
Do it,
man.
Vex. Do it.
Don't you dare!
Oh, please do it. Please,
Don't
yeah.
you fucking dare.
I've chosen my life. Yeah, this is the stupid ending they get. Like I've chosen what, and then so. Oh, we have to tell. She goes with the hardest thing to do. Now we got to tell Charlie. I'm like, oh.
I swear, as many times they've visited this field of flowers and all the cringe that this field has had to fill, if I was this field of flowers, I would kill myself.
She just looks
Oh.
weird here. I don't understand what it is.
It's that fucking wig or extensions. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's just something. Something's just off. Yeah, you're right. It's just yeah. In our world, I've never felt stronger. Oh yeah, this is where she's like, I'm broken and like I'll never be normal. What the fuck?
None of this has anything to do with the character we've gotten to know in the
No.
3 movies.
No.
None of this. This inner conflict she's suddenly talking about. It's like you've given us no indication
None.
that this is who you are at all.
Oh,
It's
my
like just
God.
shut up, you stupid lady.
Even lesbian Bieber here is like, what the fuck, man?
He's like, am I?
That's her
really
Down
committing
syndrome. Fuck.
Yeah.
eternity to
I'm
this?
just like, oh god, Vex, do it, Vex. What did she put in the chat? What is this?
Yeah, she didn't spell.
Oh,
Sandwich right.
okay. Yeah,
I do think it's funny that Nadia has the egg word thing, and that ring does kind of look like an egg.
yeah, it's true.
Very egg.
Very eggy. Oh, I got the clip. I got the. You better behave. Better behave.
Well, I'm muting myself.
Oh God, it's actually over. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh,
Wait, I
thank
guess
God.
pan through, make sure there's not a
Oh.
mid-credit scene. I guess.
I scrubbed through it and I don't remember seeing one. Unless did I miss? No, there's no.
She said she
mid-credits.
might be thinking of.
It's the next. It's the next movie. It's
Okay.
the next movie. It's the next movie. If there was a mid-credit scene, I wouldn't have watched it anyway because I was.
Edward will return.
Yeah, no
in
shit.
The Avengers.
I was trying to pull the knife away from my throat after watching that.
I'm trying to vomit up all the Xanax that I took off myself.
Oh God, Big Ship, what are you doing to me, man? I love you, Big Ship. Thank you for the $2.
Hello, Lisa. Would you please play the clip?
All right, he asked for it. He's gonna get it.
I'm retarded.
It's never not funny.
It truly does not get
It's
old.
never enough. Thank you, Big Ship. I appreciate you, buddy. Well, since Vex isn't here, we're gonna have racist trivia with the Gourd King. Since
Hang on, wait. There we go.
got it.
There we go. I got the Vex gourd.
Fucking Nadia Eggward.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edward. I thought that was
This whole
great.
time.
Yeah, she's had that for a
Listen,
while.
I'm busy. That's pretty funny. I like that.
But yeah, so this is credit to Vex. She actually
She did. She
emailed
did.
this trivia. I had to do no work other than the reading that.
But you
we
got to
are
read it
about
like
do.
you got to read
So,
it like Vex though. Like, oh my God, so
Okay, it's
the-
time for
Okay.
you got to do like a, you got
trivia.
you got to do like a Valley
That was
Girl
pretty good,
Indian
Chad.
accent.
Oh my gosh! Like, okay, so here's like the trivia.
So like the
for
budget for this
Twilight.
movie.
What?
So the budget for Twilight Eclipse was
She is a woman.
It was $68 million, which is like a huge disappointment because 1 million more, and it's 69. Oh my gosh!
Oh, fucking great.
The domestic intake in the United States, that's what domestic means, was $300 million.
Damn.
300, that's in Sparta. Oh my gosh. International was 397 million, almost 398 million.
Wow.
So
This would be-
$698 million worldwide. Oh my gosh.
Why do you sound like me though? That's the thing. Wait, we're roasting Vex, not me. Like,
Oh God.
He said go for Valley Girl.
All right, you can stop now. God damn it. No, you can go back. You can go back to your beautiful gourd voice now. That was fun.
Okay.
my
So the movie released during Pride Month, June 30th, 2010.
course
She
it
didn't
did.
write Pride Month. That was my addition.
Oh, okay.
June 30th, 2010. I
Gotta be
just thought that was an
inclusive here at
interesting,
Exactly.
I just thought that was an interesting detail. Released June 30th, 2010, set a new record for the biggest midnight opening in the United States and Canada in box office history, grossing
Wow.
30.1 million at over 4,000 theaters.
Damn.
Oh my gosh! Sorry. The
so you're trying to say
record-
the gays came out for a weird cuck like bestiality romance?
it appears
they-
so.
they-
I
Yeah.
bet there's some Jacob Edward fanfics
They-
out
they-
there.
They
Oh, I
thought-
bet.
Had to get that sweet Jacob.
Oh,
The record was formerly held by the previous film, New Moon, with 26.3 million in 35,000 theaters. So wow. So you could argue that New Moon's a little bit more impressive, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it did it in 500 fewer theaters. This movie was the first of the franchise to get an IMAX release and surpassed Transformers Revenge of the Fallen in total grosses for a midnight screening in IMAX. Eclipse garnered more than 1 million at 192 IMAX theaters, with Revenge of the Following earning 959,000 until it was beaten 5 months later by Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 with $1.4 million.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's imagine watching this in IMAX with those awful.
Oh,
I'm surprised
hell.
the second one wasn't shown in IMAX.
I'm glad it wasn't. Ugh.
Mm.
Like I can understand the first one because they didn't think they're playing off to see if it's going to be a
It's gonna
hit
be a
Yeah,
hit,
sure.
or not, and then
Mhm.
not put the second one in IMAX. It's weird.
I think Max should remove his eyes if he has to watch this.
I think they should
Um,
re-release all of them in IMAX
Heck
as
yeah.
a day-long
Watch
treat
parties.
for everyone.
Let's go.
I think they should release them all into the wild and let nature.
4K,
Take its
4K steelbooks. Let's go.
Had a $68.5 million opening day domestic release. Holy crap, that's a big opening day. Stayed at number
What?
at 68.5 opening day. Holy crap. Stayed at number 1 till the release of Despicable Me on July 9th. Originally, the scene where Jacob carries Bella to mask her scent, Taylor Lautner was to push Kristen Stewart on a cart. Oh gosh, that would have been great.
God.
But it did not look real enough. So Taylor agreed to carry Kristen himself. Only after so many takes, his arms were extremely sore as they filmed the scene all day. Yeah, I can imagine. Rachel Whoa, that's a name.
This would be a Vex moment because she can't speak with words either. So
She previously played Victoria, whose name Rachel Lefevre or Lefevre. Maybe it's like kind of the Brett
Favre?
like kind of the Brett Favre thing, only Lefevre. So it's either Lefevre or Lefevre.
We'll go with that.
Lefevre.
I like the second.
Rachelle Lefevre.
I like Lefevre.
Oh my gosh.
Lefevre.
Okay.
She was fired by.
Oh shit! Poor
That's what she gets for taking breaks. That's what she gets.
Yeah, hiatus. Yeah, that's true.
Vex is here in spirit.
Oh,
She was Rachelle Lefevre was fired by Summit Entertainment from this movie because her filming schedule overlapped with that of her other film, Barney's Version, and was replaced by Bryce Dallas Howard, aka the Nepo Baby. Lefevre was not aware she was recast until it was announced publicly. Wow.
Oh fuck!
Oh, they did the same thing to what's her face, Ant-Man's kid.
Yeah,
too.
they did.
Oh yeah,
They did.
Good call.
They've done that a few times with various people, but yeah, these are probably two of the better known cases. Kristen Stewart wore a wig for this film after cutting her hair short for The Runaways.
It was extensions last.
Oh wait, hold on.
movie then.
Before you move on, Gord, I got Jacob just made this. Dude.
Oh no!
I'm gonna mute it for just until the music. Oh no, here.
That should be your from now on.
I can't. Oh,
Well, definitely we'll be able to work with that.
The only thing that would have made that better is when he looked in the mirror. If it was actually just you.
I agree with Vex. We're gonna cut that up and make sure that's gonna be the new
Thank
one.
you, Jacob.
Absolutely,
absolutely incredible. Oh god, that's so great.
Nadia's here to provide the music, guys.
That's
Musical contribution.
Oh my god!
Always wanted to be a singer. Always wanted to be.
Killing it, girl. Killing it.
I'm gonna get so many copyrights tonight.
Prior to the release of the movie, the Volvo company sponsored an online game in several countries, including the continental US, in which they gave away a car of the same make and color as Edward's silver Volvo featured in this film. The game was called
silver?
Yeah, I thought it was like
I thought it was dark.
I did too. I thought it was dark.
Weird.
His old man car.
I guess all Volvos look alike.
Again, Cucklight plays by its own rules, so it was silver according to Cucklight.
Yep.
This game was called Lost in Forks and was a maze-style game in which the player had to drive around the town of Forks, Washington, and be the fastest player to reach Bella's graduation party at the Cullen's house in the shortest number of road forks. The game featured several locations featured in the books, such as Bella's house, La Push, and the site of the newborn battle, I can't believe it's called that, and the lumber mill. The player could also unlock several Easter eggs, egg word, including wallpaper, movie clips, and plot secrets. Volvo announced that the shortest route possible to the Cullens house was 11 forks. Okie dokie.
I could give 11 forks about this.
Yeah, really. I can't even give a single
fork this movie.
Yeah.
Fork this movie.
What the fork should be on the DVD cover. On the DVD commentary for this film, Robert Pattinson makes fun of Edward's tendency to appear out of nowhere by comparing him to Batman. He would later go on to play Batman.
I see what you're
Self-awareness. The original editor, Art Jones, was to be solely credited for the film. What, like for everything? That would be great.
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious if you could just put on the credits Art Jones. He did everything. He was the actor. He was the editor. He did it all.
Credits are 3 seconds long. Like
I know that's not what she means, but I chose in my headcanon to blame one person for all of this. The original editor, Art Jones, was to be solely credited for this film. 3 months before the film's release, however, Jones was abruptly released by the studio. In regards to that, David Slade later commented that although Jones's edit was good, oh boy, Summit felt that it didn't have the intensity intended, really, and you went with what you had.
Yeah, right. What was the first version? Fuck.
God.
Really? Yeah, because of course, when I watched Eclipse, intense was
Release the
the
Snyder cut.
Exactly.
There is an extended version.
Release the true art. Summit immediately brought back Nancy Richardson, who edited the first film, to recut and fine-tune the edit. However, Jones's name still made the final credits. Art, just tell them no thanks. It looks better on your resume if you did do it. Paul Weitz, brother of the previous film's director Chris Weitz, Drew Barrymore, James Mangold, and J.A. Bayona were considered as directors. Drew Barrymore directing this, I would have been very interested to see that. James Mangold, I imagine.
Oh, that would have been interesting. Fuck.
James Mangold, I imagine if he got this script passed to him, he'd probably like wipe his butt with it.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever, I have more important stuff to do. Of course, then again, he did direct Dial of Destiny. So
okay, right.
But this was back when he had self-respect and didn't work for Disney.
That's true.
He had done 3:10 to Yuma just 3 years prior, which
good.
Watch that movie if you haven't. It's the best modern Western of the 21st century. Yeah, actor Jackson Rathbone, awesome name, plays a vampire who was once a human soldier fighting for the Confederacy in the Civil War. In reality, actor Jackson Rathbone is distantly related to Stonewall Jackson, a Confederate general. We know who Stonewall Jackson is. Vex, a Confederate general fighting for the Confederate. Wow, I love the redundancy of this trivia, which she probably it might be copy pasted, so it might not be her fault, but I still find it funny. A Confederate general fighting for the Confederacy in the Civil War. Rathbone also fought for his character to wear cowboy boots in the flashback scenes. Yeah, I guess Brokeback Mountain was popular.
Right.
Jesus.
Right. Rank within the Volturi is shown by how dark their cloaks are with... Wow, that's kind of racist. Rank within the Volturi is shown by how dark their cloaks are within the gray to black spectrum. Pure black being the highest of the Volturi, worn by Aro. Aro, Caius, and Marcus, and their 2 remaining wives who make up the main family. In the hierarchy, Jane and Alec are equal in rank, second only to the main family. This means that their cloaks would be the exact same color and only a tiny shade lighter than black. A tiny shade lighter than the black. In this movie, they've given Jane a higher rank than her twin brother by putting her...
I didn't know Vex joined us.
Yeah,
this is not valuable. This is coming to America, Vex.
Look at that. Look, she's so dedicated, even without being on the show. She already did next week's trivia. Wait a minute, it's 2 parts though. Wouldn't we save the trivia to part 2?
No.
Okay, fuck it. Do
it. They were
part 1's trivia.
Oh, okay. No, good point. Good point. Good point. No, that's a good point.
Yeah. Wow.
Shut up, Nadia.
Damn.
I'm just kidding.
You ever streamed before? You ever run a show before?
No.
You even stream, bro?
Bro, you ever streamed something before, bro?
Yeah.
How long have you had this channel, bro?
Yeah. I see Vex pushes all the buttons.
Oh. No shit.
In the hierarchy, Jane and Alec are equal in rank, second only to the main family. This means that their cloaks would be the exact same color and only a tiny shade lighter than black. In this movie, they've given Jane a higher rank than her twin brother by putting her in black and Alec in clothes a couple of shades lighter than hers, as well as giving her the ultimate decision of what to do about the newborn army and Victoria. Casting trivia. Tom Wilson and Channing Tatum were considered to play Riley. Miranda Kerr and Vanessa Hudgens were considered to play Leah Clearwater. Thank you. Come again.
Oh, would you like a Slurpee today?
Did it feel like
Sounded like you have a service ticket to close. Good lord.
Your tech support tickets will be emailed to you.
Email me your motherboard. I fix.
I'm going to take control of me now. Oh, poor guy. I love Dex. Oh my god, I love it.
I don't know why I'm talking shit. She has clips.
Oh, she's got clips.
That's facts.
I'm gonna take that clip and hide. I'm gonna blackmail you with it now.
You really think I don't have clips of you? You really think?
Oh,
shit.
but I don't care. I'm retarded. Like everybody knows that. So.
As proved by the clip earlier.
Yeah, I have nothing to lose.
That's how I'm going to read the trivia for the next two as well.
Oh, please do it. Was that it?
That's all of it. That's all.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
good job, Dory.
That's
Good
what the
job.
I
thank
didn't
you come
even
again was
understand
for.
the last.
I
bit of it,
I don't know
but
what
it's
happened
okay.
there. I heard Channing Tatum.
I will reread if you
No!
leave me to.
No.
Oh, God. All right, let's go around and give our final thoughts. Not since Nadia was half asleep during the stream. Nadia,
What?
give me your final thoughts and rating on this piece of shit.
I didn't even finish this movie on my.
That
second
tells you
watch.
everything.
I actually started yesterday and fell asleep on it yesterday, and then I put it on today, and I took a nap. So this movie sucks. This is the weakest one out of all of them, and I also would like to retract
Reject?
my rating of the last one
Which
because
one?
the last one sucked too.
What did you give the
I don't
last-
remember.
like
They all
a
get
3?
sucky.
Wasn't it like a 3 or something?
I think I gave it like a 6 or a 7.
Oh, well, that's because
No,
Jacob.
you gave. I think you only gave it like a 5.
Okay, a 5.
That's because
Well,
Jacob had his shirt off. That's
that one's a 4. This
Oh.
This one's a 2. This is a 2. This is just, yeah.
Okay.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Fucking Nadia's no filter. I love Beck. No filter. I fucking love her. Chad, my man, give me a rating on your favorite movie ever.
Okay, so for this, for me, so with a little small backstory, when I was like maybe in junior high, when I was like a goth, I hadn't reached that level quite yet. That happened in high school. I probably would have loved this. But as an adult who has surpassed all of that, I am going to go with like a 3 out of 10 on this. It had a couple of moments that made me laugh, and that's the only thing that pushes it even that high for me. But otherwise, I thought this was a fucking slog. It took me like 3 sessions to get through this today.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wish it was so bad it's good. That's kind of the first 2 for me, but
Agreed.
this one didn't work.
No, I agree with you there. Oh God, it's torture. Gorkang.
Aye.
All right, buddy. Give us your final thoughts on this masterpiece.
Yeah, this is unlike the previous 2, which have the so bad it's good charm to it. This one is genuinely frustrating, and like it's a slog. It's really dumb.
It's dull, unfortunately.
It's a slog.
Dull.
It's dumb. It's dull. It has actually good ideas embedded into it, all of which gets just botched completely throughout. It's cringe in a way that doesn't, generally speaking, make you laugh other than a couple of times. There's a pair of decent performances. Ashley Greene is still solid. Billy Burke is Mustache Dad, MVP as always. But yeah, I can't go higher than I would say 2 recast Nepo babies out of 10.
Yeah, that sentiment is strong. This was really tough. Like I said, we said it 1,000 times during the stream. The first 2 were least funny. like unintentionally. It was just this really was just a bad movie. And I know that the next ones, I think from what I'm being told by you guys who've seen it, they get funny again. They're so bad,
like unintentionally.
Kind of thing. The baby's coming. I can't wait. So like this was a slog, and the limited time that I have working all weekend to watch this listen, I agreed to it. You're right. So whatever, but I'm glad that we're kind of getting to the tail end of these because at least they get better by being stupid and funny. So I'm gonna give this 2 I'm hotter than Gord out of 10.
And honestly, you got to get through shit like this to appreciate things that are like
100%
pretty decent. And
dude, like we come right out of fucking February right into March with the Hunt for Red October. So I'm like, let's go.
Oh, right.
You've never seen Hunt for Red October.
Nadia, put it on
very
the list.
good.
Put it on the list now.
What's the one that I still need to see? It's spelled like Sica.
Sicario.
Yeah,
Sicario.
Oh, so good.
Oh, Sicario.
We're doing that one too eventually. Yeah. This is definitely a 2 out of 10. This is shit. Like this is just pure shit. Definitely not made for me. I'll tell you that. Even
I don't know who this is.
Bro, my teenage daughter, she's 16. She goes, "Nah, this ain't it, bro."
Okay.
Like
this is made when you have no regard for like the Geneva Convention.
It's just fucking oh god, Gord. All right, so since we were tortured through that, we won't torture the audience anymore. Let's go around and talk about where our people are going to be, what we got coming. Nadia had a stream before this, and she's got a bunch of shit coming up. So tell us, Nadia, what do you got going on?
All right. Tomorrow I have a very special horror Tuesday. Leon is going to be my co-host, interviewing director Brandon Salisbury, who directed, wrote, and produced the George Romero Resident Evil documentary.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Salisbury, the worst steak.
Yes.
Oh,
wait,
God.
maybe. Sometimes, you know what? After I read it, I was like, I'm kind of craving it. Like, like the microwavable. Anyway,
tell him that when you interview him. I wonder how he'll react.
You remind me of steaks. No, I'm sorry.
I was thinking about interviewing you, and I started to crave Salisbury steak.
I think I told Chris we should get some Salisbury steaks. Okay, anyway. And so after that is my first members only chat.
Nice.
So we're gonna dive into a couple of stuff, and then I have a stream on Thursday. I'm going to be on Pop Culture Minefield talking about The Warlock, which is a great movie. Highly recommend.
Old school.
And Friday, Stranger Things on my channel, and Saturday, X-Files with Jacob Ironside.
Nice.
She's busy as fuck. Let's go.
Jesus.
Oh, and I'm on the for Galaxy Quest too. I fucking love that movie.
Dude, I get tired of one stream a week.
Galaxy Quest is so
I've never seen Star Trek, but I love
Galaxy Quest is literally from what I've seen, better than any Star Trek movie I've ever watched.
It's good.
Wrath of Khan's a great movie, don't get me wrong, but I'd watch
Galaxy Quest is hilarious. It's good. It's a classic. My man Chad, tell us what you got going on there, sir.
All right, I am a cog in the Scene Invaders wheel, so I host the Scene Invaders podcast.
Cold cog.
Episodes out every week. Okay, right, cold cog for real. Not since high school, guys. That was when I was a vampire. So, but we have episodes out every week. Right now, I'm in the process of moving, so that has kind of not made the day that the show comes out necessarily the exact same every week, but we're recording on Thursday this week. We always hit you with what we watch for the week. There are 4 of us that talk through what we watch for the week, and then usually have some kind of a special something toward the end. This week we're going to be talking about our favorite fantasy films, which is actually a struggle for me because that is not my favorite genre. So this is going to be one that I have to.
Well, that's good though in a way, because whatever you pick, you really like. So that's
exactly.
That's good.
Yeah, we just kind of want to become your at-home place for like recommendations.
I hope Legend is on someone's list.
I have a feeling it probably could be.
God, you would wipe it with fucking Legend. Which one though? The director's cut or the original? Because there's 2 of them.
Oh shit!
They're both way different movies too.
I think
very
I like
low key. I'm glad I wasn't a host when that movie. Oh, I have never wanted to watch that movie. I've never wanted to.
I've never seen it.
You know what? There's gonna be plenty of shit movies we're gonna watch. You're gonna have to suck it up.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
The most active
about what I've seen in that movie scene-wise, I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with
I think Vex backed out of that. She's like, I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Whatever. You guys can't appreciate true art, okay? That's just where Vex.
I literally just did trivia about art. Thank you.
Oh my, yeah. Gore King. So Gore King's playing Hitman.
Yeah,
streams.
I needed to after this movie.
Fun game to watch. Play.
Somebody had to die, NPC or not.
Somebody, you're also working on a video, right?
I am. I did have a bit of a setback with the 11 video. I had to re-record my entire script, which that was really freaking annoying because there was I guess it's sort of background noise, but it's really just my neighbors above me. They walk loudly, so I'm gonna cut their feet off. No, but
Fair.
You must cruel. But yeah, I'm working on that. So I'm not even gonna. I need to stop promising dates on stuff. I am aiming for next week, but
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I don't really have a Gourd Tier Tuesday plan for tomorrow. I might on the fly play like a short, like 2 or 3 hour game and do that, or I might just be working on the video. But let's see. Wednesday, I will be hanging out with Blue Collar Loser, Northern English Bastard, and I think Enzo. We're going to be talking 28 Days Later, so that's going to be lots of fun.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh gosh, so good. And now next week, I'm actually really excited for Gourd Tier Tuesday because I am going to be breaking down the movie Miracle, which I really think might just be the best pure sports movie ever made, where the focus of the movie is entirely on the sport. It might literally be the best sports movie,
the
best pure sports movie.
Miracle is a boring
I love a sports movie, and I don't give a fuck about
Miracle is boring. Oh my god, it's a true story about America.
Yeah, and almost everything you see in that movie actually happened. That is an incredible film.
Why do you always pick movies that make me want to fall asleep?
Because you're boring.
You're
Shots
Yeah.
fired on MMM.
Yeah, always. What else is new?
You can remove me from Breaking Dawn 1 and 2 now.
Yeah, right.
You gave it to Sassy last week. I know you can take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I feel so bad about that.
You should. She was crying for 3 days. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm fine here. I'm
just kidding.
I'm coming prepared for her birthday. I'm coming.
No,
prepared.
I'm just giving you shit. Yeah, and as far as us, MMM will be back. Oh god, next week to do Breaking Dawn Part 1. Oh my god, we're getting to the end.
Can't wait.
We're getting to the end. We're getting there. I'm actually looking forward to finishing this. So next week, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this next.
I'm literally searching right now to see if anyone's ever done a Breaking Dawn, Breaking Bad title mashup. So one moment, y'all keep talking. So
that's a good idea for whatever title I pick next week. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be back for that. Yeah, this has been great. So I want to thank our guest, of course, Nadia, even though she was sleeping half the time. And then
no, she was in the girls' chat. Let's be clear.
I was in the girls' chat. All right.
Bullshit. All right, fair enough. And then Chad, it's been great having you back, dude. It's always
Thanks,
a blast,
guys.
man.
I appreciate it.
Man. Always. Gord, thanks for sharing this co-hosting duties and doing the.
Somebody did. Somebody did
serious?
do it. Yes.
Oh,
I'll have to watch it to see how good it is, but I found it. It
Yeah.
took no effort. Holy crap.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so we'll be back next week, same time, same place. Everybody have a fantastic evening. And we're all gonna go to bed. So goodbye. Good night. And thank you to the super chats and thank you to the chat. You guys are fucking amazing. Without you, we wouldn't be doing this. So love y'all and see you next week. Bye.
Night, guys.